Tell them niggas drop a hole in them. Zip, lock, tell the competition. Wait. I forgot no competition. I got shit locked.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe it's right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record with pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I want to fight.
Nazi production.
But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Sunday edition of the Boxing Voice. And Sunday is Crow Day. Let me see, do I got some crow to eat? I don't know if I got something to eat because I try not to make my picks these days, but I definitely got something to serve. There's definitely a lot of crow to serve. And if not for the people that picked the wrong winner for this weekend's fights, definitely for the people that have some sort of alliances, friendships, or fanatics of certain fighters. We're going to be discussing. Ducking is such a strong word when thinking about boxing, but geez Louise, what else could you call it? So much to discuss, but let's get right into it. I guess the biggest news of this week would be Canelo Alvarez. I mean, he continues to amaze us, right? Like, just when you think he's ran out of options in terms of easy pay-per-views, he pulls out another easy pay-per-view. But the thing is this an easy feat for him to accomplish? He's moving up in weight, something Gennady Golovkin never really did. He's also taken on a current champion, and I know that's arguable because of the version of sanctioning body this guy is fighting for. It's a WBA, so who knows? I'm sure Rob will let us know all the details of Rocky Fielding's WBA title. As you know, Fielding is from the other side of the world, across the pond, and I'm sure Rob will be repping his flag for his countrymen that's going to have the shot of his life against the USA pay-per-view star in Canelo Alvarez. 50 wins, 1 loss, only to Floyd Mayweather, 2 draws that no one really cares about, right? Like, do we even remember who he drew to other than huge numbers at the box office, right? Then we got to talk about another huge guy, right? Big Baby Miller, nearly 320 pounds. We're talking about 3 pounds shy of 320. And he really took care of Thomas Adamek. I know Adamek is old, but he did what he's supposed to do to older men, right? Then we got the WBSS, World Boxing Super Series. Season 2 started. Inoue ended with a bang. And obviously, I don't know, the dude Tranowski loses to Kyle Relikh. So a lot of details out here. A lot of details. Dillian Whyte, Luis Ortiz, beef, an announcement for a fight, an offer on, well, multiple offers on the table. We'll give you those details as well. ESPN card. Who watched it? Are you like me, still finding difficulty finding their boxing content on the ESPN Plus? You know, they may have more subscribers than DAZN and better content than DAZN, but man, DAZN definitely knows how to get you to the home of their boxing. Like, it's in your face. It says the word live. It's bordered in red or yellow. Very accessible to anybody. All right. A lot of news and notes. We got Nery dominating in 3 rounds. Errol Spence not quite happy. And all you Spence fans will be shocked as to hear what he is tweeting. And it's becoming more of a common thing with PBC fighters tweeting this particular tweet. See if you can't guess it by the time we get to that topic. Wilder Fury undercard announcement this week. Rumors have been announced as well, so we'll touch on that. Fury challenges Big Baby Miller to a $100,000 bare knuckle spar. You know, the Gypsy King is used to bare knuckle fighting, right? That's kind of like in his DNA. A lot of other stuff. Espinoza tweeting about DAZN. Tank Davis also tweeting. except this time he's happy. I don't know. Definitely a lot to talk about, but that's been a mouthful. Let me get on out to some of my panelists. It is a full house. So let's get this thing started here.
Him 50 million. Whether people thought it was real or not, motherfucker, we ain't playing. Who got time to play? I'm ready to whoop ass and get this money. You feel me?
Two attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. Two to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's going on, baby? We're back with another one. Sunday flagship. How y'all feeling out there? I know one person that ain't feeling too good. This guy named what's his name? He was a national champion at heavyweight. He made his pro debut. Ness was like real high on him. I forget his name, but anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll break that down. Hey, can I finish my intro? Let me speak. You had your time, 10 minutes worth. But anyway, we got Inuoe coming with that pop boy. Did y'all see that shot? If y'all missed it, y'all gotta go get Dazn because they got a WBSS, got Eddie Hearn show, they got everything. But that motherfucking shot from him, woo-wee. And Canelo. I like the move by Canelo now. I can't sit up here in front and say I don't like it, but I will tell you why I like it in just a second. Swing it out to one of these other co-hosts.
And the main thing we cannot forget is I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, Nick Miller, Joe Joyce, you can all have it, Dominic Brazil, whoever else is in America too. All of it!
BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Another edition of the Boxing Voice. DAZN card. What else we got? The ESPN card. If anyone saw it, I believe it cut out a little bit. Someone else will have to tell me just how long for and shit. But Canelo and Rocky Fielding. Well, you know, a dream fight for Rocky Fielding. I know everyone will easily have Canelo winning that one, but you know, we'll chop that up. And where's Canelo going from this? Is he staying at super middleweight or just gonna pop up there for this bout or what? Who knows? But yeah, plenty of stuff to get into. Let's not drag our heels too long on this. Over to Ron.
People want their subjective preferences to be the objective reality.
Where did the kids ever get to read and to hear and to see about the greatness of these people, these fighters?
It's like the Yankees, for example, in baseball, very good at trading on their past. The Celtics do it in basketball very well. And that's something boxing, because boxing has the richest history of all. That's something we should really be trading on, I think.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I got a little new swag on my intro, you know, bring some of that hip hop love, but definitely had a lot of big fights. A lot of prospects, you know, shout out to White Chocolate. He did his thing. You know, you got some Anthony Sims, Jesse Vargas, you know, we got to talk about that Jesse Vargas performance, as well as the World Boxing Super Series. You know, Inuoe, there was definitely a hype train coming, and I think everyone's now starting to flood it. Also want to talk about some of the other smaller guys, like we had the Kinshiro and the Rungvisai, his fight that was on Friday over in Thailand. And then, of course, you know, there was a couple snooze fests and some questionable performances on that Frank Warren card. So let's just start the show and have some fun.
Yo, so before we get into the Canelo topic, which is our main topic, since you ended on the Canelo, the Warren card, I'm still looking for the ESPN. All right, just so that I could kind of watch Dubois fight while we talk, and still can't find it. They really need to make maybe links so that it'll open up. Like if you send it to me, it'll open up in the app maybe.
That's why y'all is different from mine. I don't never use my phone to watch the ESPN Plus app, so that's probably why.
Yeah, I mean, I got Android TV. I tried it there too. It didn't work.
Oh, okay.
The same thing. Like it's the same setup, and unlike others that say it big in the front, it's just very inaccessible, which is boring as fuck.
I seen your link.
But you know, it's good that we're kind of talking links, and you know, ESPN Plus, which you know allows us to segue into DAZN, which is also a streaming app, because DAZN's, ambassador, spokesperson, the mouthpiece is Eddie Hearn, and he's also, Matchroom Boxing's promoter who promotes Rocky Fielding, the one that got the Willy Wonka ticket. Now, I'm not going to go a lot. I just want to hear your guys' thought, immediate reaction when you heard Rocky Fielding. Like, this came out of left field for me. Not only is Fielding, coming off of a decent win, I believe, he has a title. He doesn't have a losing record. Like, it's not really, can you call this a cherry when Canelo's moving up in weight? He's fighting a champion. Is this really a cherry pick, or is this Canelo in his own way daring to be great, or doing like what the internet is saying, right? The internet is like, oh, why is Triple G mad that he's not getting a trilogy? Canelo's only doing what, Triple G never did, which is move up.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of people, well, no one saw this fight getting announced or even thought about this fight in any way, shape, or form. So just the fact that this has been announced was like, wow, holy shit. And like you say, it's massive for Rocky Fielding. And I think people are just going to overlook completely because, I would say a lot of people over there are like, who the fuck is Rocky Fielding? They hit the soundbite. Who the fuck is that guy? But look, I looked at the odds on Sky Bet already, and Rocky Fielding's 10-1. So he's like a plus 1,000 or whatever you do it over there. So, he's massive outsider. He's going to be the bigger guy. He's about, I think I looked it up, the heights. He's about 4 or 5 inches taller than Canelo. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to wave the flag on this one because we know Canelo is that guy. But yeah, he's moving up. So we'll have to see. I mean, he's going to have a bigger guy to overcome. So we'll have to see. But yeah, wow, what a out of left field fight this is that's been made. December 15th at Madison Square Garden. And Eddie Hearn, I think Coogan asked him, so this will be on DAZN, right? Because it's, they contacted you and Rocky, with Rocky Fielding with Sky, and he said, no, there's, DAZN will be in the hunt for this to get it on for US TV, but everyone's invited to make offers, I guess. So we'll have to wait and see where it's going to be shown.
I wonder if they're just entertaining offers by saying that, but secretly already have a deal. We all know that Canelo's looking for a home, and to be thrown a bone, and this is a massive bone. This is a fight that Eric Gomez, Oscar, and Canelo are going into believing that they can win, and the Mexican public will look at Canelo as a hero, if not a martyr, for moving up and getting another title. They'll title it as, oh, Canelo getting 5 titles in 5 different divisions, whatever, the verbiage is going to be. But Ron, your immediate reaction to Rocky Fielding as,
I mean, I'll be honest, like Rob said, I had no clue this fight was going to be made. It wasn't even on my radar. So I know a lot of people, the first thing I thought of was the whole Triple G Abel Sanchez thing, where people were saying like, oh, Triple G wouldn't move up to 168, to fight, Andre Ward. So the thing is, with this moving to 168, we really can't predict the next move, because we can go, oh, okay, this is a cherry pick. He's going to 168, fighting the weaker or the less known champion of these guys. But then what if he actually attempts to actually compete at 160 and drops to 160 and leaves that belt to go with Charlo and whatever's left? Like, that's the thing that made me go, I have no clue what he's doing. I don't think he's going to do that, but that's where I just had to stop and go, all right, now they're hitting left field. Oscar De La Hoya was on Twitter, remember, he was talking highly of Anthony Joshua, so that looked like that was a little bit of a relationship building right there, because, we know Deontay Wilder at one point used to fight underneath Golden Boy cards. So since they're looking for homes, you're trying to connect all the dots, and Oscar looks very friendly when it approaches to everyone from the match room, and seeing that he wants to get Rocky Fielding out of everyone the payday, wanting to go and entertain this idea of, UK maybe, fighters. I don't know, maybe it's another market he's trying to get, the Liam Smiths and stuff.
Very quick, let's not think that Rocky Fielding in this like Triple G not daring to be great and moving up. Rocky Fielding ain't no Andre Ward, so the Canelo fans that are going, I see Triple G didn't step up and face Andre Ward. This isn't.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah, he's definitely
Triple G,
not Andre Ward.
Well, correct. He's definitely not Andre Ward, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying this is his. This you don't know if this is going to be his attempt tune-up to actually try to actually acclimate in there. Triple G has never, ever, ever left 160 at any point. So this is where this is more of a rub the wrong way towards, you know, Triple G fans, where it's like, look, I don't care the fact this ain't Andre Ward or the elite that you feel, but he's moving to 168. Triple G never did that. And I think this is where a lot of the Canelo fans are pushing that narrative, like, haha. So maybe even if he goes back down to 160, this might have been also another attempt, like Ness was saying, to move up, capture a regular belt, and then proceed to kind of promote it for what it is.
I think it's a great plan by Canelo. I really commend him on it. You know what I'm saying? You guys said that me and Ness had a conversation. He was like, you can't put him in like tough fights with Charlo back to back with Golovkin. So by that being said, instead of picking an easy touch like a Lemieux who got beat up by Billy Joe or didn't look that great, you know what I'm saying? Or even a Spike O'Sullivan who just been knocked out, he'd go up and get a guy who's coming off a hot win over in Germany, right, Rob, if I'm not wrong.
Iron Zuga, you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, but he was in Germany when he won, right?
Yeah.
So he's coming off that big boost of morale. So I'm just saying, if you want to capitalize and not look like you're ducking, I mean, or cherry picking, you go up in weight and you get a champion. Even though it's the regular belt, we all look at Daniel Jacobs as an ex-champion because he had the WBA regular. We all look at, hold on, can I finish? We all look at Lamont Peterson as a two-time champion. He won a WBA regular at 147. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. It's hard to say that he's ducking when he's moving up in weight. And, you know, again, I guess for casuals, it's hard to say that. But, like, you know, you look at Fielding's resume and there's not much there. You know, a knockout over Brian Vera not too long ago, which means it's not the best version of Vera, and that's about as far as I go, because we all know that, you know, fighters get fighters when it's not the best version. I mean, you know, I'm trying to see Dubois on ESPN Plus versus Kevin Cunningham,
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson.
Oh, damn, that's a hell of a
Kevin Johnson, knowing that, you know, Johnson is not the same version of himself, right? But it's resume building. But outside of Vera, you know, he's got a first-round knockout loss to Callum Smith.
Yes.
Now, how do you weigh that up? After just watching what Callum Smith was able to do to the more experienced George Groves.
Coming off injury.
Showing, you know, that his power seems to be real with every punch he landed and Groves' reaction. I can see how Fielding got knocked out by Callum Smith, who's a very big super middleweight. You know, we have to question, can Canelo replicate that? Now, I'm going to say yeah. It'll probably be to the body the way that he did Liam Smith. I just don't see Fielding having the pedigree. You know, the people that he's been in with, they're not preparing him for Canelo. No one, and not a combination of these men, will prepare him for Canelo. I would love to see that face-off, see how much bigger Fielding is, right? Fielding looks bigger.
He's 6'1", and I think maybe sorry, not to interrupt, but like Mike said, like he might be moving up to kind of prepare for Charlo. He did move up to fight Chavez, even though we know Chavez Jr. wasn't what he was. But Charlo and Fielding is about an inch difference. And I know Charlo's way bigger than Canelo when you see the picture. So maybe this might be something like you said, see the height and see where they're going to be at.
You know, Ron, about preparing for Charlo and that whole narrative, right? It's like, I don't know, maybe it's gone are the days where promoters put each other's fighters on cards to build it up for, you know, hypothetically saying, all right, if if Canelo really had any interest in fighting Charlo, yeah, he's not going to fight him next, but he fights Fielding. Charlo's on the undercard to warm it up. I don't think he's preparing for Charlo by fighting Fielding because Canelo has options, right? Like he can take this fight. HBO wants this fight and everyone else, but right, he still has that HBO option in the pocket. Be the last fighter on HBO pay-per-view, get those residual fans, and then he still starts another bidding war in his next fight with DAZN and ESPN and Showtime.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Maybe he doesn't necessarily find a home. He's just going to go fight by fight, and I'll go and fight on the biggest, the biggest paying network. So I mean,
absolutely, Rob, absolutely.
By remaining fight by fight, he fight by fight, he stays away from the politics. So, for instance, if he goes and fights Rocky Fielding on HBO, well, then we know a fight with Charlo can't happen. Now we got to wait for this fight to be over. Wait to hear his HBO absolutely out the business. Wait to make sure that the Fielding pay-per-view numbers weren't good enough to entice HBO to stay in the building. Then realize, where is Canelo going? Is he really leaving HBO? Is he going to ESPN? Would it be this? It's going to be this whole fucking dangling carrot thing, like right now. Like again, left field for me with the Fielding.
But it was good though, right? I mean, nobody said saw it coming, and then it's not like you said, his only loss is to a guy named Callum Smith who just whooped the shit out of George Groves. So with that being said, I mean, it's not like he's picking a fucking Chris Eubank at 168. You know what I'm saying? I fucking hate that I just did that, but
it's right though.
He's not picking like the lower tier contenders. He went right after a guy who has a belt, coming off a impressive win on the road. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, is he going to stay at 168? I mean, do we think?
Hell no.
You know, because Callum Smith's a whole nother load of problems, right? He's 6'4".
I don't know, man.
This might be Garcia shit.
168, guys. Think about who's at 168 and what a fight versus Canelo would do. Because remember, Gennady wasn't the star that he is without Canelo. But when he's linked with Canelo, he's big shit. He's doing over $1 million. So who at 68 linked with Canelo would do over $1 million?
Benavidez, easy. Well, he's a recess and champ. I mean, and he's a champion.
I wasn't even Benavidez. I'll give you him. But in the chat, they're saying it. Zuldo.
Oh yeah,
and I don't think he's popular. I don't think he's popular, but Mexican versus Mexican, forget about it. And listen, Zuldo's a big motherfucker. If you start thinking about him and Canelo, Zuldo might reach Canelo with them body shots because his arms are so long. Unfortunately, Zuldo's in another rematch with motherfucking Jesse Hart. You know, they'll probably end up having a trilogy because they're both signed to Top Rank, and that's the way it works. But
the first fight was questionable.
I mean, I wonder if there is a link here with Eddie, Matchroom, Canelo, and Oscar, and Eric Gomez, and something. Now Callum Smith is off the back of this win against Groves. Eddie Hearn, the Liverpool Football Stadium, Anfield, has just been granted its license for hosting boxing fights, and I don't know whether would Canelo come up.
Can I read your mind, or are you trying to say that Eddie is basically spoon feeding Canelo 2 super middleweight title shots? Are you saying that Eddie wants Canelo so bad for DAZN, he's telling Eric Gomez, look, we'll give you Fielding, WBA, and then he can unify with Callum Smith all on DAZN for big money?
If I'm Oscar, I'm not letting that shit happen.
I'm just
Smith is too big.
Well, daring to be great, whatever. I'm just throwing it out there. Just a little theory. Maybe Canelo comes over here in a big stadium. I think it'd do well here. I'm not sure. I just throwing it out there because, like Ron said, there seems to be from Oscar. He even tweeted on when it was the Joshua Povetkin card. He said something about DAZN and hitting them up, and they replied to him straight away. And there was just I don't know. It just seems a little bit of love going on.
Yeah. And
mean,
you got to
would
think of the relationships that Oscar's had with these other networks and stuff. I mean, he just kind of got into it with like the other promoters and Top Rank, and you know his relationship with Steven Espinoza, Richard Schaefer, all those guys over there. So at this point, there's a brand new platform. You know that you got this star. They may feel it together, like, hey, you have Anthony Joshua, I have Canelo. Maybe they can even feed each other undercard fights because
damn, that's a good point.
If Oscar can get some of that Wilder money with Anthony Joshua by him getting on that card a little bit too, like this could be a future joint thing that they're working side by side. I mean, I'm thinking way, conspiracies, but that would be a good business move because Oscar can get a lot more of those type of fights.
I like that, man. Bringing Anthony Joshua and Canelo to the zone on a 5x5 basis, that draws in a lot of traffic, man. A lot of traffic. So that's a damn good point, Ron. Damn good point.
Didn't Oscar have a little swing on Twitter at Bob Arum as well? I think, if I remember. I'm just looking now.
I think that's when he was defending HBO and stuff.
And you would think
HBO pulled the wool over his eyes. He didn't know they was back in the back.
It's fucked up. But you would think that Dazn would be in the running since Golden Boy doesn't have a U.S. TV provider, and since
they're in the running, that don't mean they're in.
I would say in the front because Eddie's a part of the fight. I mean, he probably gonna do everything in his power to get.
I think the fight, if it was gonna be on Dazn, they would have already announced it. Unless again, Oscar's just playing hardball, and he's like, "Fuck it, let me see what they're offering." You know what I'm saying?
What would be an offer from Dazn that lands Canelo as a Dazn?
50 million guaranteed.
Damn. Okay, Wilder.
His last fight made 96, 97 million. Triple G got a split of 45%.
Yeah, that's his last fight, dog. It's all about dance partners. You can't offer him a 50.
Okay, let's say Liam Smith.
Based off that.
Liam Smith sold 600,000 pay-per-views.
Yeah, but this is. See, it would be maybe UK pay-per-views, but DAZN isn't pay-per-views. How?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't make the money on the back end. You can't. So you got to put it all up front.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of offer's got to go in to bag a Canelo.
Okay, I'll say 40 million guaranteed, not 50. I'll go with a cool 40. A cool 40 should get Canelo on the zone.
Cheap.
Shit, God. He's gonna bring advertisement too.
You got to think too, like he might also pull some matchroom money if it's really getting down to it. I mean, he can get his DAZN money, and if he really wants to try to sweeten the deal, he pulls up some of that matchroom money, and it's a big pot between the two services that he's creating and one of the platforms he's on. So, I mean, it's a big risk on Canelo's part to go fight on an app, of course, but
not if you get that bag up front. This shit one fight deal, no risk at all. Should pay me.
I don't care if one person subscribes.
You goddamn right. I got my 40 million guaranteed. Nobody could watch that motherfucker.
I mean, talking about stumping up the dough, Eddie has referred or mentioned in the past that if DAZN really want someone, there's more money in the pot than the so-called billion. He's been saying like, oh yeah, just give him the money, and he's like, well, no, we got to make a sustainable business here. Let's not go crazy. We can't overpay absolutely every single person, and they're like, no, just give him the money. He said, but whether that's all all bullshit or whatever, I'm just saying what he said. But
I think for a guy like Canelo, you do just give him the money. You do just break the bank, and you go back and you sit down with the shareholders and the investors, and you let them know this is going to be an aggressive bid, and it's one that you listen. Joshua's great to have, but let's be real. He's not going to move the needle for Americans. He's not making us give up $10. Listen, with all the fucking fluffing I do with DAZN and the functionality of their app, it's still not worth double ESPN. ESPN is known worldwide.
That motherfucking man, the fucking problem that I just had trying to find that fucking link for you, nigga, please.
I'm telling you, listen.
At least the DAZN shit right there up front.
And listen, we're saying the same things. We're praising them for the same reasons, but that's not worth $5 more, bro. Accessibility isn't worth $500. That's 100% hike up just because they put in the fucking fight on the front. Get out of here, bro.
I ain't got to dig for it. Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh my God, you rich, Mike. You rich. Charge me double so I ain't got to dig.
I'm paying $15 a month for TV. Period. That's it.
Well,
That's
you
all I
gotta look
pay.
at it though. Regardless, ESPN produces way more content in their app, and I definitely feel like my value for $5 is way more used than the $10.
Exactly,
And,
bro.
Yeah, all right.
I'm saying for the fact of a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? Boxing fan just gonna watch boxing, right? Like this.
Pay half and get some younger person to send you the link. So it's cool.
And then them shit ass cards on fucking Top Rank too. Man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't about to watch that shit for $4.99. The fuck out of here.
Yo, Frank Warren putting together straight basura, B. Like basura. I mean, yo, that first fight was the worst fight.
Sound like shit. I'm gonna roll with it. Basura. Goddamn right.
It sounds like it means garbage, bro. It's just like that first fight was a snooze fest. And then, you know, the Nicola Adams fight, it was just taking forever.
I was entertained by that fight.
No power.
No, she got no power, but she was moving nice though. She was coming in and out. And, come on, man.
I wasn't entertained by that.
But
I actually took a nice nap through most of that card.
Lion and Woodstock. I fucking bought into the hype. I was gonna check you out, and you motherfucking lost. You motherfucking lost, bruh. Prospects losing all motherfucking week. I tell you what.
Oh yeah, let me get and eat my crow, and
we'll get to that. But let's finish.
I know, but people been saying it in the chat, like, "Oh, now you got to eat your crow for Nikoshi." Everybody knows his name.
Find your ass up. Y'all talking about Cody with shit.
It's all right.
Cody won. God damn, this nigga didn't even win his debut.
I did my job. Everybody's watching him. Everybody's looking out for him. Everybody was tuned in for him. Listen, sometimes the lights, they're too bright. But let me tell you right off the bat, and I hate to do this. I hate to do this. Like, this is how we're gonna separate the men from the boys.
Doing your job
after
baby.
this show.
Doing
Because will I be welcome there? Will they throw punches at me? But everybody that debuted on Dazn was from the same gym, Atlas Cops and Kids. I want to see how attentive you guys are. What was the most obvious difference between all the debutees? If that's even a word, debutees. We're gonna make our own words here, debutees.
Solomon's opponent had a winning record, right?
I have no clue, but that wasn't the point I'm trying to make. So what else? What else was obvious, physically obvious between each debuter?
His fucking win. I mean, he had a win. Okay. And also his technique.
Obvious.
His technique too.
Okay, technique for sure. What else? Did you get to watch it, Rob? Or you a Theo block?
His gas tank. He was blowing after a round.
Yeah. Right after a round, he was tired.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys are gonna not believe me, but from the ring walk, I knew. From the ring walk, I knew something was wrong, and here's what I'm gonna tell you. He came out without a jacket, without a shirt, without a towel, straight up bare chest. Like, this ain't MMA, my man. He came out boxing gloves, shirt,
they wear shirts too,
and just walked straight out. I said something's wrong. His shorts were the regular black ones. Damn near, they probably was the $12, $8 Everlast ones.
Come on, man. Don't do him like that, bro.
I'm not doing him like that, Mike. It's just the truth.
Tyson don't let me be idle.
I was looking at all that. I'm like, holy shit. He had the regular black Nikes on. I'm not saying they regular because I see those on Athlete Steps. They like 189, but still they like the regular plain Jane ones. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he did try to come out with the all black Mike Tyson look, but he looked no frills if you compare him to everyone else.
Rashad came out kind of cold,
huh?
Were you saying he came out kind of cold?
No, I'm saying everyone else had backing. And again, I hate to be doing this instead of just asking them, but that's just the way the nature of this beast is. But I feel like the money wasn't there. I know that Dazn is coming around saying that they're giving these people life-changing money, but maybe the money wasn't there. If you watch White Chocolate's attire from head to toe, levels above Nikoshi's. If you watch Rashid Mati's attire, levels above Nikoshi's. You know what I'm saying? Any pro debuter last night looked the part, fought the part, and was dressed the part. Now, again, I visit the gym, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, maybe the money ain't there from Dazn, because I'm like, what's up with the winning gear, right? And he like, winning money ain't here yet. So now your pro debut, this when you shining. You guys got to use your brains here. Like, this ain't Ness being picky or Ness trying to play him. No, think about it. Something, and if he's lacking there, maybe the trainer, who I haven't talked to yet, and again, they're going to probably shoot me because of all my allegations, right? But it's like, maybe the trainer didn't give him time. Maybe the trainer was overworked, right? The trainer got Big Baby on the card. Then he got White Chocolate on the card. Then he got Rashad Mati on the card.
Oh, wow. No.
Then he got Nikoshi Solomon on the card.
Yeah, that's too many people.
You just never know. You just never know. But
I know
he ain't looked the part coming out there, man. And every jab he threw, he bent over to the right. I knew it was over after I seen him leaning over to the right.
Nigga had a chin like this.
And I get what you're saying. That's like a lot of these like world-renowned prospects that like you see. Like I remember when Joey Spencer came out, he had already sponsorship on his shorts and like had all these type of.
Joey's outfit the other day, his shit looked great, all leather and everything. Like, bro, that shit means something. I'm telling y'all, it means something, and that could fuck with your psyche, right? It's like, yo, don't say nah. Come on, bro. Yo, everybody in my gym coming out looking fly with the newest shit.
I gotta work up then. I gotta grind up. Shit, I gotta grind.
I think if you
I'm just saying, bro, it could mean something. It could fuck with you. It could add pressure.
I think,
all right. Like I said it, I tweeted it. I'm sorry, Rob. You go after me. Don't nobody else cut him off. But I tweeted it out yesterday, man. He'll bounce back. But like, I don't know. Some shit is.
I kind of agree. I mean, I think if you feel $1 million and you feel special and you're feeling that, I think it makes a difference. And if you're seeing other people with it and you ain't got it, I mean, I don't know what the deal is there because I can't see Eddie or Matchroom or Dazn going, oh, here you go, Nikita. Oh, here you go, Matty. Here you go. Oh, here's a little bit for you, Nico. I don't get. I'm not quite sure. I know what you're saying. You know.
I'm raising my hand only so you could like yesterday, right?
You ain't got to raise your hands around here, Nez. You just jump in, man. Come on.
Yesterday, how many times did they talk about White Chocolate? Like, you didn't hear them even talk about Rashad Mati. Yeah, once or twice they might say, oh, the YouTube sensation, Rashad Mati. But it was all chocolate, all chocolate. I mean, yo, sometimes there's an agenda, and that's just that. Or sometimes a guy is a little more special than another.
Sometimes you got to motherfucking strap up your nuts and go fight. Real shit.
And did you hear Chris?
Fuck how you looking, shit, man. All this goddamn wardrobe talk. This is not the motherfucking fashion hour.
Someone said your shorts don't change your chin.
Thank you, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit, man.
All right, yo, okay.
But did you hear Chris Mannix on the telecast? He said that there's something with this fight. Matchroom were a little worried or something. This guy at the weigh-in, he came and he was looking aggressive at Nikoshi Solomon's opponent, and they were a little concerned going into it. And Mannix almost not referenced that there could be an upset here, but said this is a tough one. And then after he's like, look, sometimes matchmaking is real tough and things like this. It's hard to get, especially for debutantes and people early in their career to get these. But I'm just a little worried that
someone dropped the ball. You guys don't want to believe it. The last two opponents were bald. They both were fit. Like, they looked physically out of shape. This cruiserweight was in shape. I would trade for his body. He was in better shape than me. Like, come on.
Yeah. That's my train. I was going to say, I just, it's just a worry for me. I don't know where the state of American heavyweights are. All these big guys doing other sports, because I don't want to shit on Nikosi because obviously he made it to the #1 American amateur heavyweight for a reason. But you know, he lost his debut, and I'm sure he can come back from it. But
I mean, just because you're #1 in the amateurs, don't mean you're gonna be #1 in goddamn me life. I mean, and the fucking pros. I mean, so some people have.
I know that, but
just not made for the professional game.
You know, it's funny because when I interviewed him, I said, "Hey, is it going to be any different with the headgear of it?" He'd say he had like 16 fights without headgear. So I don't get it. And I watched him fight Mike Polite Coffee. I mean, yo, this was different. That left hook was serious, but look, we can't spend too much time. You know, shout out to Solomon. Hopefully, you know, he comes back. I'm pretty sure all the other debuters are gonna be back on the Boston card. That's what
I don't want to talk about the debuters. This one guy that stuck out to me on the card, aside from the main event, was Anthony Sims Jr. The way he moved, the way he boxed. I mean, that motherfucker looked nice out there, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if he's big enough for 175. Maybe because Eddie was like he came in at 172 like easy, so 168 could be like a possibility for him. But he looked good. He looked real good.
He definitely looked good. He's from Cleveland or Ohio, somewhere in Ohio, they said. But then
no, he's from Plainfield, Indiana.
Well, I thought I heard Ohio, but yeah, I mean, he's definitely good. He's definitely good. But I never heard of his competition. You know, I never heard of that guy that he fought. And, you know, I forget who was announcing or, you know, giving us any whatever information we were receiving, but they also said that the other 14 people that he fought didn't even have a winning record. So he looks the part.
Okay.
He looks the part for sure. The gas tank is there because he's a mover, but he's a puncher. And he's a fucking boxer. He's a cutie too. You know what I mean?
Wow, look at that. Hey, but one thing that should be brought up.
That's a boxing term, not a gay term.
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
I don't know.
Don't be offended about what
you are casual. I don't know if you
Hey, look, hey, ain't nothing wrong with being gay, bro. If you gay, you gay, bro. I ain't got no problem with it. No problem at all. I don't look at you no different. But
I don't know, buddy. I gotta make sure you know.
But anyway, Anthony Sims Jr. is related to the Mayweathers.
So you hunted that down when you heard it on television.
No. Kugan Cassius did a great interview with him and gave me all the information without me even going to fucking look for it. So
he looked better this time.
How's he related?
His grandmother is Floyd's mother's sister. I think that's how I heard it.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
But he looked better to me this time around. He actually fought at the York Hall. He made his like matchroom debut over here last month or maybe, and wasn't completely blown away by him. He went long in that fight, and yeah, but he looked better this time. Whether don't know how quickly he flew over to the UK for that fight. Whether it was short notice, got him on the card and stuff to introduce him, but. Yeah, he looked better this time around, and yeah, like you say, Nez, he's a good talker, seems to look the part and everything. So yeah, we'll see where we go with him. But Eddie's wondering already whether he may be a super middleweight rather than light heavy.
And real quick, Ron, before you jump in, when he stayed in Vegas, he stayed with Roger Mayweather, so there's no kind of telling what kind of tips and stuff he picked up along the way. You muted, Ron. You muted.
Well,
there's a lot of people that come out of there, like Chris Eubank, which I'm not comparing him, but I do know that he should have.
Hey, y'all Chris Eubank gonna shock a lot of motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you, the guy's not as bad as people want to think that he is. Eubank Jr.
Past Eubank,
I
think Sim should have got the first round. The Mike.
Optimistic Mike, man.
I'm telling you, man.
You got a long road to go, man. That
just need to move down and wait. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Run. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say Sim should have had that first round knockout. It was a clear rib shot, but he definitely returned the favor later and got some low blows. But you got to kind of see him after those type of adversities of not being able to close the show right away. And I don't know if the guy was extremely tough or maybe he needs to work a little bit more on his finish. But when he did finish him, it was brutal. But that's the only thing I was just curious. Does his power diminish over time?
Man, shout out to Bayside Boxing. Anybody who might pick the opposite.
Oh yeah, Mike.
Word. Don't pick Chamillionaire, that's for sure.
My nigga out here playing the okay. I see how we're gonna do it. Now the chat finna light up now. Let's go. Hey, if you're listening right now and you like what you're hearing, please smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show.
And then,
Look at James. He said Ness be rooting for those cuties that dress nice.
yeah, you be right. But no lie though. Out of all the boxes that I've seen this year, ain't nobody had shit on what Logan Paul had on coming out to the motherfucking ring.
Come, please don't do
Goddamn
this.
right. I'm just being real with you, man.
Look, and when he had them fly clothes, he had fly skills, right? Don't he wasn't pumping that jab like he was.
Yeah, but then he got tired.
Yeah, I mean that's part of stamina, but they ain't got nothing to do with the natural ability to show. But anyway,
so I'm just real quick. I'm just saying
what
some positive things. Look for Solomon, and we'll move past it. Chad was saying Bernard Hopkins lost like his debuts. I know Henry Armstrong beginning his career, he lost early. Nonito Donaire lost his second fight. So on a positive tip,
Lomachenko,
Henry Armstrong,
Seven Farmer lost the first couple.
Yeah. So let's just keep that in mind. These guys after they lose, this is the big test.
So I'm big.
You just an astronaut.
Yo, Nicola Adams hit this girl with everything. Can't put her down.
She boxed well though. I don't know. If
Yeah, she boxed good though.
Oh my god.
She ain't got the power.
They about to bust each other foreheads open.
But wait till you get to that fucking Daniel Dubois fight.
Are you doing your version of Rob here, or are you gonna actually talk?
No. We're saying let's go to the big baby portion of the card because I mean,
we gotta finish the BT.
Yeah, we ain't even. Yeah, you guys are skipping. What about the welterweight Rashad Mati?
We're going back to the BT card, or we're going to finish the design.
Man, fuck that BT card, man. Hard Davis, you look like shit. You had me fucking fooled. You're an imposter. You'll never ever pick you again in any fucking fight. The fuck out of here.
Like Tyrone McKenna's tweet.
So what now?
When Tyrone McKenna tweeted when Ahara Davis always said he was going to put me to sleep. Well, congratulations, you finally did it.
Man, dude, talk all that goddamn shit to motherfucking Floyd Mayweather, talking shit about motherfucking Tank, talking all this shit in the fucking hallway, and you get on the motherfucking channel and do what the fuck you did, pump a jab for fucking 12 straight rounds and don't even throw the right hand sparingly. The fuck out of here, bro. You fought like a pussy. I'm sorry, but you did.
What about the Dubois fight?
Oh yeah, Dubois. Nez ain't got there yet. That's why he's holding back.
Man, that shit
I want to also talk about the welterweight. He boxed well. He was a debuter, and you guys are skipping over him.
Well, I was just trying to get past the BT card so we can go back to the DAZN card.
We didn't even talk about White Chocolate properly in his.
That's what I'm saying. That's a better card to talk about. We could just move past the BT. We just throw.
Yeah, we off of it now. Yeah, we said we had to say about that shitty ass card.
Well, I was just gonna say Daniel Dubois. You just want to skip that too?
Yeah, What's the next catch up? Then we'll come back to it. But let's hop on Other Zone with Shad Mati and White Chocolate.
So
White Chocolate. Hey, I ain't know. I didn't know he was like that. Now, that's something I didn't know. He came out looking crisp, speed, looked good. He might be a player. He might be a player.
He done an interview saying he wanted to win with the first punch. Did you see that first punch he came out with? He tried to knock head off.
He looked like he was trying to WWE slam him with chairs.
He official, and then he done a little floss in the corner and shit. But yeah, I like him. You gotta like that kind of boxer.
Got exactly entertainment right there. He understands the entertainment factor in boxing.
He was
as a parent. Don't matter. Wilder's a little wild. That's why you fucking like him.
Yeah, but you could get caught, man. Like, you know what I mean? And that's like the biggest mistake people make. That's why I like Rashad Mati in his debut. He was more calm. He even hurt his guy in the first round, but he didn't get overzealous. You know, he took it easy and he still eventually got the knockout. But he got to show us more. You know, he got to show us his arsenal or a little bit of it. He got to show us some ring generalship. Speaking of 22 feet, like why? I mean, Jesse was the main event. Why would he want such a big ring? He's not even the boxer. Like, he's a fake puncher, right? Like, that was huge, that ring.
What did you actually think to the ring? I like the look of it. I like how it all looked.
Everything felt very UK to me, Rob. Very, like, down to the ropes in the ring. The apron was white, is, you know, kind of typical of UK and Germany or Eastern Europe, and you know, obviously all the match room. Then you seen the JD Sports promotion. Those are like sponsorships I usually see on UK fights. So yeah, it felt very UK to me.
Coors Light, they were there on the apron.
I did notice that. I did notice Coors Light.
But so because it looked very UK, you weren't that keen on it. I thought it looked.
No, I mean it was good. I actually watched it from top. I can actually talk about the Jessica card. Like, listen, ESPN didn't do it for me. They didn't do it for me. I know there people are saying, oh, you know, we're being paid by Dazn, which I really wish I was. I'm tired of people saying I'm being paid by somebody when I'm not. But
speaking, believe it, receive it. That's how they doing.
It was just better. Like there's a lot of mistakes going on, don't get me wrong, but they're the more familiar names too, right? Like, I know Vargas, I know Delorme, I know Big Baby, and then I was emotionally invested in the debuters. So that was the card that I was tuned into, and I'm actually happy because I'll get to do Naija, the real chick from UK, a solid when we discuss the female card the female fight on the card, which was amazing. I fucking watched that shit and it was dope. Like, I couldn't believe it. And yeah, man, it was just dope. I'll wait till you see what you guys thought, or if y'all want to talk about. Did you guys watch the female fight?
Yeah. Just McCaskill, yeah.
So, I mean, give me your thoughts on Mati first, since everyone's ducking it. Did y'all not watch the welterweight?
I watched him.
I like him. I think he looked. He showcased what he's got, and White Chocolate came out swinging and was exciting and was like, wow. But you know, you want to see the skills, and he seemed precise. But Rashid Mati looked precise. He looked measured and all that. I like him. I think I'm already invested in the pair of them.
Somebody said if Ness was paid by Dazn, he would make sure Nkoshi had good attire. You're right. I would have bought him a whole ring outfit, man.
Well, quick question: who walked out with him? I know we're going back to it. Did anyone walk out?
Sosa.
Because I know little B-Hop walked out with White Chocolate.
B-Hop. Well, I didn't see if B-Hop was out with Nkoshi. I didn't see him, but I did see B-Hop with White Chocolate. Yeah.
Somebody must know something.
I mean, look, yo, bruh, it is what it is, right? I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunate. Hopefully he bounces back. So we got through Mati. We got through Ababi.
Yeah.
Peter Ababi, a.k.a. White Chocolate. Only 19.
What's the welterweight's name?
Rashad Mati. And he's only 19. White Chocolate. So let's see what Eddie does with him. You know what I mean? He's got a good fighting style.
He's going to put him straight back out again, apparently.
It looks like they all, hopefully even Nkoshi, will be back in June and October right here in Boston. Maybe not Nkoshi, obviously, because he got hurt. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Robbie, don't Eddie have a announcement for a US card this week, coming up this week too?
Yeah, his I think November 17th card. It should be
a big name, right?
Possibly, yeah. That's
possible. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. But he went straight from where was it yesterday?
Chicago
straight to LA. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the announcement for the November card, because there's supposed to be a name on that. I don't know who it's going to be, but
the November card being the Usyk one.
No. The following week after Usyk, he's got a US card. It was rumored to be going to be Vegas, but it may end up on the East Coast. So you might be.
Was that the rumored Chavez versus Martinez?
He said that fight is not looking likely right now.
No, I know, but was that the rumored fight for that date?
Possibly was going to be on that date, or that might have been. They were going to do a December. See, this is another thing that made me raise an eyebrow. That they were going to. Eddie said we're going to go on December 15th And I was like, but that's against Canelo. And then it's like, or is it Canelo? And now look, we've got Canelo, Rocky Fielding, and he says, so we're not going to go on December 15th. But yeah, the Chavez fight was, I think, maybe for the November card, but we've seen that it might be coming. Was it Angulo and Chavez on
that's disgusting. I mean, everything that's been rumored for this poor Fury Wilder undercard has been disgusting, other than the initial rumors in the beginning.
Yes.
When it was like Tank and Abner and all those real good fights. Like everything else is like, oh, Chavez is trying to leave us, so let's offer him a fight on the biggest pay-per-view because he means what?
Shit.
And don't get me wrong. You think I don't know that he's going to sell pay-per-views and sell tickets? We just seen Golden Boy do it with Chavez and do over 1.3 or here. So I get it. But dude, like, why is it always fuck the hardcore fans, bro? Like the people that keep the sport thriving is us. And we're the ones that get smacked in the face with Angulo versus Chavez, two over-the-hill, shitty-ass fucking fighters. They belong on DAZN, not on this undercard.
Come on now. They belong on ESPN Plus along with that Frank Warren card. Let's say that. Let's be a little bit more.
Well, they belong on fucking Facebook is where they belong at.
Hey, man, shout out to Facebook, though. They doing their thing.
That's crazy, man.
I'm not interested in the fight at any network.
All right, good. Well, let's talk about the Jessica McCaskill fight because, man, she almost brought a tear to my eye, bro. I mean, that is boxing at its finest. You know, Eddie didn't even sign this girl. You know what I mean? She's just a local who they knew could sell tickets, and she had already fought Katie Taylor, so, you know, there was business there. I'm sure now he's going to sign her. Hopefully they give her a voluntary defense just like Canelo's getting, and she gets to do her thing. Hopefully it's with Katie Taylor. I've made contact. I got her Katie Taylor's trainer's number. So next camp we in there. I was trying to get in there for this one. You know, he already said that, you know, it was like final days, whatever. They're dialing in, blah, 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 blah. But he said for the next one, right? So I don't know. But as far as McCaskill, man, I swear she reminds me of Triple G. And I guess a really watered down version, but just the fact that she comes in, her shoulders are so nice and high and she's following behind her jab. Not always. I'm not saying she's a fucking technical, you know, boxer. No. But every now and then she would walk her opponent down behind the jab, letting go right hands. This fight was very sloppy. The announcers were absolutely spot on in saying in slow motion it was a lot better because in slow motion you could appreciate a lot more of the work that McCaskill was doing. But overall, I'm very happy she got the win. I wasn't scoring it because, I don't know, I'm going to sound weird, but I just wasn't. I didn't think I needed to. I didn't even think she would pull it off. But as I'm watching it live, I'm like, holy shit, she's like the aggressor. She's landing the bigger, cleaner shots because the Argentinian was the boxer. And oh my God, I want to pass the ball a little bit. It's just it's just such a beautiful story because the Argentinian first time in America, and she's like her own hype man and her like she was her own entourage. Argentina, vámonos! And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was just so official. And then the fight broke out, and I'm like, damn, her American dream ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be Jessica whose dream happens tonight in her hometown. Homeless chick, I mean, all that, and then we got the press conference to remember. So it's like she's checking all the boxes. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow, this was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't think that she was the underdog coming into the fight. I didn't even check the betting lines. I just remember seeing her last year fight Katie Taylor on a Wednesday night in like your call or something like that. And I thought she probably gave Katie Taylor the best fight that she's probably had in her whole career.
Did say that was her toughest fight.
Oh, she did?
So, yeah.
Okay, because I kind of had it. I thought it was a draw. I could be wrong, but anyway. Yeah, she came out and she just always applied pressure for the fucking 2 minutes. Like, and she said one thing that she stated that the announcer brought up. She would do better with 3-minute rounds because she feels like after that 2 minute like goes by, her opponents probably will get tired from like all the pressure that she puts on. So With that being said, I mean, she came out look good, homeless girl. I mean, now she does investment banking, if I wasn't mistaken. That somebody said that too.
She moved to Chicago for banking, and
Okay,
she
so
started
I mean,
boxing
now
at
she's
25.
a champion. Yeah, now she's a champion. You know what I'm saying? 34 years old, came champion. Shit, hey, can't. That's a story right there to write. So, shout out to her.
Yeah, and she had a pretty decent amateur background. It was small. It was only 23 and 23 wins and 3 losses, but she won the St. Louis Golden Gloves in 2010 and Chicago Golden Gloves Open Division at 140. So, it's a nice story, and it's always good. I think she was also the first female to also headline a boxing show in Chicago, with being local. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man. I just like her fighting style. Like, she was really aggressive. And as far as Mike saying that he felt that the fight was a draw, the champion had no quarrel. If you go back and watch it, obviously
I was talking about the Katie Taylor fight last year. I thought that was a draw, not this fight right here. I thought she won that easily.
Wow, that's even better for McCaskill then, because they're already, building that fight up, which is odd though, because she fought her already, but she moved up for this fight. So I don't even know. Like, is this the same division?
It is. She went for another title. She went for
Yeah,
the WBC. So now they can unify at this point.
And I don't know if I was like really high that day, but I was watching that Katie Taylor fight with her, and I'm just like, so y'all announcers not gonna say when she land punches? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just gonna root for Katie Taylor the whole time? I mean, so hey, maybe it's me.
So what belt does Katie have?
She has the division lower, so I don't know what belt that is.
Wait, no, I think she has the WBA. So she moved up for this fight? I thought they were
Yeah,
Jessica moved up.
Yeah, Jessica moved up for this fight. Yeah,
I'm tripping then.
I don't know. So, all right. In our chat, I've been seeing a lot of one particular guy continuously saying, "Oh, DAZN only had 2,000 streams or 12,000 streams." I've seen him post both. How are people even getting numbers?
I was gonna say, yeah, how you doing that?
Yeah, is that just all fabrication?
Is it
fake news?
Say what, Rob? You got to talk into that mic.
I'm talking right into it, but people talk over it.
Now we hear you clearly.
Bayside Boxing?
No, it was actually Kaz.
Oh, same person.
Are they really?
Nah, Robin.
It's I think legendary boxer as well.
Oh my god. Anyway, so all right, we got the McCaskill. Oh yeah, we got to get the big baby now, right?
Or let's start in order.
Mike just want to eat his crow.
Feed me,
man.
yeah. Feed me my crow. I did pick Callum Johnson to be better Bill.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I forgot about that fight.
Give him that.
He did get on his man. He knocked his ass down, but he didn't hop on his ass.
I
Like he's supposed
didn't
to.
know they give you the wins for getting knockdowns.
I know.
Somebody said in the chat, Jamillionaire's a bum.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, shout out to Callum Johnson. He done us proud. He gave a good account of himself. But
yeah, he done us proud, right, Rob? You're right. He done us proud.
He had heart, but boy, it's just a matter of time before you knew that time was just gonna end.
I mean, again, I think I remember on Thursday's show I said, I'm a flag waver usually, and he's 5-1, 7-1 for the knockout, and I will happily eat crow if he wins, because I'm picking better BF, so I'm good.
Better Bill be getting touched, man. He be getting touched a little bit too much.
Better Beef got to stay away from somebody like Adonis Stevenson. I mean,
Badu Jackie even shit.
so many people. I don't know if Badu got the power.
I don't know, man. Badu, boy, he was whooping Adonis' ass that fight, boy.
I know, but he never dropped Adonis.
Stop him.
He never really hurt him like that.
Shit, man, it was assault. What do you mean? See Adonis' nose?
Okay.
All right, bro.
I don't know. Listen, Better Beef, he got good recovery. So you got to jump on him, man. Like once you drop him, you got to jump on him. But I don't know, man. I mean, hopefully Eddie gets him another fight, another decent fight, right? This one was kind of like a warmer, a debuting fight. His debut on DAZN.
Eddie did say there's been another offer sent to Bivol. So,
for a
unified?
unification.
Well, to be a DAZN fighter. So
to be a DAZN fighter. Okay.
Better
Yeah,
be.
that's not gonna happen. Main Events just signed a deal. They're closing it pretty soon with NBC. So,
But did you see the motherfucking wording in that deal? Each event would be budget, like each event budget would be in the low six figures.
I mean, you know, so that means it's gonna be like toe-to-toe Tuesday type of fights. They're gonna be paying people, you know.
So Bivol's going to stick around for that, right?
I hope not.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
That's bad business. Well, it depends on how many fights left on main events, and he can't just up and leave.
That is also true.
All right, enough Curl 8, Big Baby.
Well, hold on. You want to go to Danny Roman and then Big Baby?
Oh, yeah, Danny Roman.
You know what, dude? I watched that fight, but not really, bro.
What?
Man, it's Gavin, bro. I couldn't fuck with him, bro. He had that weird fighting style, and I don't know. It just that fight didn't do it for me. It was on, but that was the one where I paid the least amount of attention. Is all I can say.
Hey man, the McDonald's probably need to go get a form because they cannot. Boy, they been getting their ass whooped the past couple of months. A new way happened. Then this happened last night. Good God Almighty.
The McDonald's are twins, and so
Yeah, I
at
know.
that point I got confused. But once I realized after one got their ass whooped, I was like, "Is this one can get his ass whooped too?" So Daniel Roman had kind of a boring fight with Flores underneath the Errol Spence card. If you guys don't remember out there,
you thought
he met. I don't know. Maybe it was anticipation to see Spence. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay,
you know, it was kind of like, all right, wrap this up. But you know, Gavin McDonald got knocked out in the 10th round in this fight, so it was an impressive knockout. So at this point, it leaves room in question because it's the same weight class as Isaac Dogboe and Ray Vargas. So I'm just curious how he lines up with these guys. I want to see a unification with, especially Isaac Dogboe. You know, he probably has the biggest hype in his weight class, so that's going to be something hopefully they can make happen. I just want to see that.
I kind of enjoy it. I know you think, because the UK guy was on it, but you know, they were. You know, I thought it was quite entertaining. They were boxing back and forth with each other, and
yes,
I mean, he did battle a little adversity after McDonald kind of came strong a little bit later, but then after that, he got sparked. So it did kind of go a little back and forth later on, the longer the fight went.
Yeah, I mean that's boxing. Maybe
I really enjoyed that fight. The fight was pretty good.
Unless you're talking about Inuoe, there ain't no boxing in that.
Now that's what I was thinking today, Ron. Can Inuoe move up one more weight class?
Save that for his own thing right now.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of hype. Let's move on to Big Baby right now. Let's go to Big Baby.
And the 90-pound weight.
Big Baby came in looking like a straight tank. He said he came in weighing about 334. Get the fuck out! Bro? If Deontay comes in at 214, I'm just hypothetically, he's giving up 120 fucking pounds to this guy. That is crazy. That is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, that punch resistance ain't got nothing to do with your chin. Like,
I totally understand that, bro.
It's probably helping him. I don't know, on the body and shit like that.
I'm just saying, bro.
I was nervous though. I was nervous. You know, I was in the gym with them, and I didn't think he was giving it his all. And
what?
You know, then when I seen him jump on a scale and he's 317, I was like, oh, I was right. He wasn't giving it his all.
Speak on it. Hold on. You can't just gloss past you thought he wasn't just giving it away. He wasn't training hard, because like the way you made it seem like after every round they poured a gallon of water because he was working so hard.
Yeah, well, that's his thing. He gets a lot of water poured on him, you know what I'm saying? But
he said he done 25 rounds or something.
He did do 20 rounds.
So like, what are you saying though? Like, what gave you the impression that he wasn't working hard?
I ain't like the way he did 20 rounds. You could have just, you know, maybe in my opinion or hypothetically, because I don't want them gym doors shut. Maybe you could have just cut them 20 down to 10 and done 10 legit rounds instead of 20, you know, rounds.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So and I felt like that anyway. I just felt like, he wasn't really doing the mostest because it's like Adamic. And I worried, was he going to shit the bed? But he handled business just like that at almost 320. So
like that.
What happened, Rob?
No, when you move, I'll move. Just like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, he did it. So, and it was quick. I'm happy that it was fast and not some long drawn out shit. So whatever.
It had to be. If it went 5, 6, 7 rounds or some shit like that,
Damn, Kaz said that Mike Carpenter of Ring said AJ did 15,000 on D's nutsack. Look that up on Ring. See if he's stunting.
He's probably right. He's probably done all his research to back up his hatred for anything.
I'm really.
Oh my God. Yo, you're right. Kaz and Bayside must be the same person.
Yeah.
Because now Bayside just said the same shit.
Yeah, I think they're conjoined twins. One types with the left hand, the other one does it with the right. Base with a legendary boxer behind them telling them what to write.
That is hilarious. All right. So what else we got? Oh, this was some news that I was dying to get to.
Do you want to finish the Jesse Vargas and then?
Yeah, got one more last fight. Yeah.
Yeah, you know why? Because that shit was whack, bro. I forgot that was the main event. Like and Jesse's such a nice guy. And I was so happy. Like Mike, I was optimistic. I was happy for him. Like, he gets to be Cinderella, right? Like, what's that phrase? Like, always the whatever, never the whatever.
Yeah, and as soon as the motherfucking round one came, that motherfucking struck 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
He was getting his ass worked.
Yeah, it's like, yo, bro, like they gave you, it's like T-ball. The ball is there. Like, just hit it, my man. Like, they set everything up for you to be a star. They put a belt on the line. They made it Mexico versus Puerto Rico. They got you a dude who is proven to have a weak chin. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there's going to be nothing
else I can say. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can say. Then he plays in the last round and gets dropped. I mean, if karma, this is exactly why I told you guys I don't fuck around no more. Because that's what happens. Karma's real. The last fucking round, he want to play games, and Delorme, out of all people, puts him down, bro. Now, how you supposed to be an A-side when you struggling with Delorme's not even signed to DAZN. He was just used as a prop. They're gonna have to sign the guy now, probably, because you gotta give this guy, like, first of all, there's no opponents for Vargas, right? Because he was supposed to look good and hope to get a Sean Porter fight, look good and hope that Eddie could entice Mikey over and offer him, Vargas's services. Now you didn't even look good, so now you got to do a rematch with Delorme. Because who else do you got? Like, who's Eddie gonna give you? Who's your next fight? Because remember, Eddie said they got 3 calendar dates for these guys.
Probably Amir Khan.
What's so sad about
Amir Khan coming off a fucking draw, man?
I mean, shit. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Jesse just fucking dropped the ball, like you said.
That's what I'm
that
saying.
knockdown was the difference of him winning and losing. And once that happened, you just knew where it was going.
Eddie said he got up to walk round. He had Jesse winning. He got up to walk round the last 20 seconds. And then, oh, shit. He was like, oh, fuck. And then he still thought Jesse won it by a round, but it's a draw. But he still thinks Jesse should get the shot at Sean Porter because he's like.
And then Stephen Espinoza came out and said, that don't work like this. This is not how any of this works. All right. You don't fucking get a fucking draw or get a bad performance and get a fucking shot at Sean Porter. Are you fucking smoking? Are you you must be off your tets or something like that, right?
Not only that though, right? But like realistically, in the reality that we live, if Jesse Vargas would have hypothetically won that fight in explosive fashion, it still legitimately would not have been mandated until the next convention. That is just WBC history.
Just in case anyone's looking for Espinoza's tweet, Mike did add a shit ton on the end of that. He didn't say none of the "you fucking smoking shit, boy" or what.
Hey, so is that WBC silver still a vacant?
I mean, does wood burn? Because it's probably burning.
Oh shit, boy.
Yeah, I think this was a bad U.S. moment U.S. card for DAZN.
I'm finna say, damn, a bad U.S. moment for the whole country.
No.
Damn, right?
I mean,
goddamn.
I can't say U.S. moment.
Eddie is such a salesman, bro. I watched an interview and someone tried to like go with the narrative, like, damn, Eddie, your first card wasn't that great. He's like, I don't see it like that. We have over 6,000 tickets sold. We had a magnificent fight between Vargas and Dillian for the WBC silver. Jessica McCaskill, a hometown hero, wins her first world title. This was marvelous. Like, he talked so well about this shit card, bro. He even brought up Nikoshi. He was like the #1 heavyweight in the country, and he loses his pro debut. Like, he even talked highly of poor Nikoshi losing. Like, Eddie is a fucking car salesman for sure.
Use one.
Watch it.
Now he's a new car salesman.
I hear a new one. Okay, my bad.
He's giving people shiny new things.
It was so bad you watched it from start to finish.
Again, what am I more familiar with? Frank Warren and his people, or Eddie and the people that he's signing?
Look, I'm gonna say this real quick, okay? Because I'm a boxing fan, but that card had my least interest because I'm gonna say it. I was watching UFC. If the card was
get the fuck out of here, man.
But going back, I'm just
understand why you lead with I'm a boxing fan. You
I'm a sports fan.
Boxing fan. And
because I am, because that's how I'm always antagonized. Like, I'm not a boxing fan, so I am a boxing.
No, but you're not understanding. Like, you can't be a boxing fan but be watching UFC while boxing is on.
Yeah,
at least finish the fucking card.
3 TVs in your crib at the same time.
That was more Ron G.
I don't. But look, I thought the card itself didn't do what it was supposed to do. And Jesse Vargas, like you said, was supposed to headline and showcase, and that was a big.
Man, y'all should have known that shit with fucking when Jesse Vargas was a headliner. Y'all seen Jesse videos on fucking YouTube. Y'all know what Jesse do.
But this was his opportunity to get those views from like small to more.
Nah,
that's
bro.
the problem now. Is it going to get any more, seeing the fact he drawed with Thomas Delorme? So
Jesse showed what he does when he's put in a position to succeed. He can't get it done.
Well,
thank you, y'all. Bradley tonight. I mean, over and over again. How many fool me once? Shame on you. Can't get fooled again.
Yo, Mike. You know I picked Saddam Ali over Jesse.
I heard that. Yeah. Okay. Good
That's
to know.
what I'm saying. Like, he fooled all of us that day, because that gave him hope and gave us belief. But yo, this
what we say, hold on. What we say at 147, Saddam Ali can challenge the top people because he's going to come back down. I mean, ain't no way he's going to stay at 154 if he's smart.
I mean, it ain't really about Ali. I'm just saying that I never believed in Jesse.
Okay.
That I picked Ali over him way back when. Like, I never.
Also, you just saying you always knew Jesse wanted the goods.
No, because when he was younger and he was signed to Floyd and he was trained by Roger and he was fighting at 35, he was an animal. He really was getting knockouts. But that's a long time ago when you're supposed to be knocking people out when you like first start. Go ahead, roll your eyes, Rob. No one cut Rob off.
What are you talking about? I just stretched my neck. Jesse Vargas has done Boxing Scene have done an article, and Jesse Vargas admits that Delorme was better than I expected. But
yeah, he admitted that in the post fight. I watched that and he said it like, "Oh, I might have underestimated." And it's like, dude, again, like you can underestimate Delorme, but you don't underestimate the magnitude of your situation. It's like, motherfucker, you never been an A-side. Now you got this guy investing millions of dollars in your ass and you ain't get the job done. Now your excuse is, I underestimated Delorme?
Think your promoter wants to hear that?
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this is why B-sides are B-sides. And I'm not being harsh. I'm not saying he's a B-side. I'm speaking in general.
But you're not saying he's a B-side.
If you wanna transition from being a B-side, this is what not to do.
So is Jesse Vargas now officially claimed the tune-up that Keith Thurman claimed that he was now?
Absolutely.
And there you go. You see, because Jesse will hear this and say, oh, this fucking host, he ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I was arguing with Keith, telling Keith, yo, Jesse's no one's tune-up. But look, like Delorme?
Ugas just whooped his ass.
Wasn't Porter supposed to fight Delorme on like a Mayweather undercard? And we thought it was such a mismatch. We went ape shit, and that's why Ugas got the fight. Ain't that how it happened, or am I wrong?
No, he had a family situation. He had to pull out.
Porter did.
Yeah.
Porter did.
Yeah.
Somebody died or something like that, right?
Okay, I don't know. Well, I would have to
remember there was a lot of backlash on the fight.
I would have to ask Ken because that's what I remember. Backlash.
Yeah.
But no, it was a
and then all of a sudden the fight didn't happen. So maybe
can we get to some good shit though, man? God damn.
This is all good. This is all.
I mean, some fire though.
This is all part of the long weekend. Like, what's the good shit though?
Ooh, Ortiz, baby.
Up and smell the competition.
That nigga was talking that motherfucking cash shit. I ain't never heard Lewis talk like that. When he started doing that shit.
Well, first of all, because it ain't Lewis.
Oh shit! I mean, that's how I interpret it as Luis Ortiz was talking. So there was his trainer talking like that.
It's always been his trainer.
Oh man, I thought he spoke in Spanish and then they interpreted to English. Damn, that took the fucking thunder out.
Want to talk about something else?
We'll see if it happens. I mean, obviously,
the way Eddie was talking.
You beat King Kong Ortiz, you get the Wilder fight. That's what Wilder said. He put that whole claim out there. So
let me get some of these quotes out right quick, then.
Well, while you do that, I'll say this. Listen, I really was excited about this news, and I wanted to do it earlier in the week. It didn't happen, but I knew it. I was staying quiet. I'm actually, Rob, you don't want to give your takes on it before I take the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you're starting off from, but
let's give it like the background though.
Luis Ortiz, Dillian Whyte, Luis Ortiz calling him out. Like, what's your thoughts?
Yeah,
Rob, tell them how it all started back during the summertime. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm lost, but no, because now we know Dillian Whyte came back and said, let's do it then, December 22nd, and I don't know, it looked like it might even happen. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, if I was a casual listener, I have no clue what you mean or no clue what's going on. So anybody want to fill the casual listener in?
Yeah. Earlier in this year, like when Dillian Whyte fought in June or was it July, he wanted to fight Luis Ortiz, but according to Dillian Whyte, Luis turned down the fight. Now, Luis came out and said, I was off the okay, blah blah blah. Didn't anyone teach you? Didn't anyone teach you to respect your elder son? You must be smoking some good shit to think you got anything for us. And yeah, I said us. That goes for me, Wilder, or even Jarrell Miller. For a young guy, you should have a big mouth. Down here, us boys in the South don't do a lot of talking. You goddamn right, down in the South, we don't do a lot of talking, nigga. We about that fucking action. But anyway, back to this damn East shit. That's for cowards. So you and Joshua, if you want some, come get some, because down here in the good old USA, we bring it. We don't sing it. Ortiz told Boxing saying. So it was Ortiz talking. Okay. So listen here, young man. There is a spot open on the Wilder Fury card. So why don't you strap up your nuts on and come face me so I can show you a good ass whooping, son. If not, please take my name out your motherfucking mouth. Well, he didn't say motherfucking, so I said motherfucking.
I really don't believe he said any of that. I mean, I'm sure
like someone wrote that.
I'm sure it was via translated, but whatever. I like it. I'll say ball is in Dillian Whyte's corner. I think that's a reasonable offer. It's what Whyte wanted, you know. Guarantee me Wilder fight if I fight Ortiz. Now it's on the Wilder undercard, similar to how I said. So did you see that there's no bias here? It's very similar to how I said that Canelo versus Rocky Fielding and Charlo would be on the undercard in a perfect world if they really wanted to face Charlo. So again, why not do the same thing? Wilder Fury, undercard, Luis Ortiz, Dillian Whyte, if you really wanted to face Wilder. Thoughts, gentlemen? Because I see Rob dying to say something. What's up, itchy boy?
You need to catch up with the news. That's all.
No, catch me all up.
Well, after that, boxing scene quote came out. Big baby. Dillian Whyte said, let's do it then. December 22nd, O2 Arena. Forget Derek Chisora. Let's do it. And then last night, Eddie Hearn revealed that he was already talking to Ortiz about a fight. And now that Dillian Whyte has come out and said, let's do it, he said that Dillian Whyte's fight will be announced this week. And Coogan said, with Derek Chisora, he said, look, his fight will be announced this week.
And I feel like that was kind of tongue in cheek because it felt like Coogan already knew, but he was just pushing the Derek Chisora narrative real quick. That's all.
Wayne saying give Rob a break. Rob, am I being too rough on you?
You crack on, mate. I'm good.
You sure? You sure?
Wayne, don't worry about me. Don't worry.
Because I sandbagged you on this one. I mean, you and Mike, I'm just bringing the pain to you and Mike.
I ain't feeling it. What are you talking about?
I sandbagged you early on Untitled, and if anybody want to hear Mike get sandbagged and then destroyed, it's on Untitled.
And if anybody want to hear Ness admit the South running the motherfucking rap gang, go sign up to Patreon right now. It's on Untitled.
I mean, admit sarcastically.
Nigga, please. All right, now it's sarcasticness. Okay.
But I set Rob up for that one, right? He's like, oh, Ness, maybe you should get catched up on the news. Like I didn't know what's going on. Like I don't know the fucking narrative of the UK fighters and promoters. Like, come on. I'm not even gonna go there yet. Mike, give me your thoughts now on the quote unquote caught up news.
I felt like Rob. Shit. If Eddie saying Dillian Whyte's fight gonna be announced this week, and the way Cuban was asking the question, he was asking it tongue in cheek. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Ortiz fight will probably be announced this week.
Whoa.
All right.
Watch out, Mike. He's got us. He's coming.
I do. Let's see.
My hood on.
Let's see if fucking fighter IQ really has the IQ. So IQ, what was your thoughts on the whole updated news
about Ortiz and Dillian Whyte? Let's just see it. You know, shit.
He don't want to be right or wrong. On the fence run.
I mean, it's gonna take good old narrative Ness to tell you what's really going on here. You know, but let me first find the right soundbite for the occasion. Where's all my ducks at? Dillian, is that you?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready.
I smell pussy.
Did anyone translate those quotes that way? Mike, did you translate those boxing scene quotes as
I smell pussy?
So you saying he's offering him a date that he know he can't take or won't take?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, what are you
saying? That the counter offer, this, I'll fight you December 22nd. I'll fight you December 22nd. Hashtag on the zone. Hashtag no one sees that shit. Hashtag Eddie's in control of it. Hashtag Luis Ortiz has to motherfucking go over there, give up his services. And guess what Eddie is seeing? Dollar signs, because hell yeah, American fight fans want to see Luis Ortiz versus Dillian Whyte. But the right thing to do is put it on the undercard of Wilder Fury to make it bigger. But why do that when we're starving on DAZN and we need subscribers?
Or why do that when Dillian Whyte's a box office success over on Sky Box Office, and you can make more money doing that too, and make more money on DAZN too?
Because the last time I checked, every single UK fighter wants to do one thing and one thing only.
Fight in America.
That's fucking right. You know it and I know it. You ain't make it till you made it over here.
Well, Dylan, I already did that.
Dylan.
Oh, he did that? He did that on the undercard on the street scene.
I'm just saying, man. He's been over here already.
Don't help Rob, Mike. Don't help Rob.
No, I'm just saying he's fought in America. I'm sure we'd rather do the Joseph Parker, Dillian Whyte numbers on pay-per-view in the UK. So fuck fighting in America.
And nowadays, I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead. Yeah, because I got some fire for his ass, Rob. I mean, I really do. But go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
I think Dillian Whyte Parker sold more than 1 million in the first 25 minutes.
So your defense is Dillian is his own A side. He doesn't need to come to the America to be on, I don't know, the biggest heavyweight fight in the last how many years?
Well, in America.
Yeah, in America.
Apparently the last 20 years in America, yeah.
That's what is that what BT Sports and Showtime are pushing?
That's what they're saying, yeah. The biggest heavyweight fight on American soil for 20 years.
Whoa. Well, there you go. Wouldn't Dylan want to be on that history making fight?
I don't know. Maybe you could wait another 20 and see if Nkosi Solomon's ready.
You see how he tried to dig at you?
Yeah.
That's not a
good pick. Good pick, Ness.
What?
Good eye test, baby.
Oh, good pick. Oh, good eye test. Oh, you don't have eyes that you ain't see Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearns ducking.
Here, man. You get what you want. At the end of the day, hold on. At the end of the day, I thought it was supposed to be doing what's best for the fighter, and what's best for the fighter is getting this motherfucking bread, right? Dillian Whyte probably would get more bread fighting where he's fighting at in the UK than he would get fighting on a wilder undercard.
Man, listen.
Yeah,
sometimes it ain't about money. Sometimes it ain't about money.
Yeah.
You guys said it. You guys said it when it was Wilder's turn to take short money because it wasn't about money and it was about getting position. And I thought the last I checked, Dillian Whyte needed and wanted to be in position. Last I checked, he already agreed to fighting Ortiz as long as Wilder was guaranteeing it. How much more guarantee can you get than being on the undercard? Just saying, don't let this guy spin it by saying, yeah, I'll fight you, but on DAZN.
Yeah, but all the things you've said doesn't mean that me and Mike are wrong. It could end up on Sky and DAZN if the money's offered and it's going to be a pay-per-view fight in the UK. I don't know. It doesn't mean you've got us. You've fucking someone's a duck and that. If they announce it tomorrow, I don't know.
No, if they announce it tomorrow or whenever, right? Like if he literally does fight him in December, it's not a duck, you know, but if he doesn't, that was the roadblock because it's hard for Heyman, who just did a big deal with Showtime and Fox, to give away such a hot commodity. And it is also equally hard for Eddie Hearn to do the same.
No,
I'm admitting that. You know, I am admitting that, but the offer was made from the Heyman side first.
No, I get, yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, look, you never know with Eddie and fucking Coogan and in IFL. It could well still be Derek Chisora, let's be honest. But
I'm about to say the same thing. Like it could be any damn thing at this point. I'm just like, let's just see it, you know? I mean, all these offers and claims and thoughts. I mean, we'll see, you know?
But it just was interesting that Eddie said he'd already spoken to Ortiz's team last week, and that was about another fight, nothing to do with Dillian Whyte. So to me, that the fact they're talking, I don't know, but look,
remember that there was a rumor about the big Zilly Zhang Bang getting a top heavyweight with Matchroom. Maybe Eddie said, "All right, we'll get you the Dillian Whyte after we give you this easy, you know, contender that hasn't really faced anyone yet on our air." I don't know, just hypotheticaling over here.
Yeah, maybe on the Monaco card, I think that was talked about for that Zilly Zhang Bang or whatever. But you know, from what we've heard, the entire PBC roster's on the undercard of fucking Wilder and Fury.
Well, allegedly.
Well,
there's been because you know, to back you, there has been a ridiculous amount of rumors, like of people that are gonna be on this undercard.
Get something this big, everyone wants to be on it, and whispers and chat and this come out. But didn't Spence say last night something about I just want to fight, I just want to have a fight? Or I don't know if that means he's not out anytime soon. I don't know what it meant, but
there's two ways I interpret it, because that was the time, and I'm sorry not to plug, but like it could have been a lot of those guys was watching UFC fights. So maybe some of those guys was tweeting like, I want to fight. I've seen other fights. I just kind of want to get me hyped. Maybe watching Dazn card. I don't know. There was a lot of fights on. So
Yeah,
I think the big one was the Gervonta Tank Davis was the one that was like the red flag.
that he's
that
not
was like,
that he's not on the undercard.
I mean, the fact that like he's saying that he wants to fight, and him and Eddie were talking on Twitter, and they were talking about, you know, can we make some things happen?
Talking about an improved offer is the tweet that I seen. Like, oh, Eddie, I heard, and I'm paraphrasing here, but Gervonta tells Eddie Hearn on Twitter something like, oh, Eddie, I heard that you made a bigger offer. So you want me to fight? And Eddie replied to that tweet saying, anytime.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eddie said in the week that a new offer had gone in and stuff, and that they were basically denied. And he said it's a shame, and he gave it all the Tank Davis is like going to be one of the wasted talents of boxing. He's this, he's that, and whatever. But he's saying, we've got Tevin Farmer this side. We want to make that fight, but Mayweather don't want to work together and all that. I don't know, but that's kind of that story. So I don't know whether Tank's going to get this work with Eddie at all.
So in the chat, Easy Band says Ortiz headlines his own pay-per-view with White and fills stadiums. Why go on an undercard? I mean, I guess fill stadiums in the UK for sure. And I guess they'll give him pay-per-view upside in the UK too, where he probably won't get any pay-per-view upside on the Wilder undercard. But again, it's about exposure, You want to believe that the Wilder Fury fight is going to be the more watched fight, and having these two men on the undercard is only going to strengthen that card, but also the potential of the next matchup. But I guess if you're Dillian Whyte, why do that, right? Like, you already have an April 13th date with Joshua. Like, you don't have to do that unless you want to prove it to the fans. So, Rob, if he takes it, regardless of network, if he takes the fight with Lewis in December, you got to give him his fucking credit, because you know what? I'm 100% sure, or let me change that. I'm 99.9% sure that he's going to get that April 13th date. So, like, if he takes that December 22nd date with Lewis Ortiz, he doesn't really need to do that. And he's like, kind of ballsy.
We'll have to see on April 13th. I know no one cares anymore, but we'll see.
Yeah, I just don't think April 13th is happening. I think that regardless of Fury Wilder outcome, even though in this hypothetical scenario I'm expecting a good outcome, I still think that Wilder Fury does good. It only makes Barry and Eddie more excited to marinate the fight a little more, even if it's for the end of 2019. Just dangle it just a little more. You still got the Dillian Whyte fight there, and an October mandatory that's going to be handed down in a few days. There's a WBO mandatory coming in a few days that Eddie's been talking about. Every interview, he keeps dropping little subtle signs. Oh, in October, we're going to get handed in a mandatory. We need to start negotiations now. Yes, he's saying that there's no longer a deadline, but he's still saying now, we just want to start now because we need to get things going, because we have an October mandatory coming, and we just got to hammer these things down.
I'm going to tell you one thing right now. If Dillian Whyte fights Ortiz in December, he will not be fighting Joshua in April.
I think
Ortiz would beat him. Ortiz would literally probably fuck around and stop Dillian Whyte. I'm not
unless Dillian Whyte stops Ortiz.
Nah, I don't see it happen. Nah.
We've heard today that apparently Shelley Finkel is being sidestepped, and that some ground has already been made, or positive talks have gone on regarding the Joshua Wilder fight. And I just wonder, like, if this does turn out to be Ortiz for Dillian Whyte, maybe it won't be him in April, and that Eddie has made it public that Wembley's going to be increased to 100,000 seats, and they just recently didn't sell it out for the Povetkin fight. You don't have to put your hand up, Nez, around here. You just have to, jump in.
Just trying to let you know that video from Eddie, I just don't believe it. I'll be in Wilder's camp Monday or tomorrow. So I just don't believe it because remember this. Finkel had like 100 and something fighters, right? And he let everybody go. Danny Garcia included. Now I know Danny and Wilder obviously have different upsides, but Danny has had a nice career thus far to be 27 years old, multiple division champion in some pretty big fights, won some pretty good hardware, made some pretty good money, which means that Shelly Finkel could have made some pretty good percentages off of all that. And he didn't. He got rid of all his fighters except Deontay. And Deontay mutually could have gotten rid of Finkel at that time. He was given the same opportunity that Danny and his father were given because of the Muhammad Ali Act. And they was like, oh, all right, so we don't got to sign. Well, we ain't signing because that's one less mouth to feed, but not Wilder. So I say that long story only to tell you, if Eddie is talking about we're gaining traction because we went around Shirley Finkel, he's lying. It ain't going to happen because Wilder ain't going to do no business without Finkel. It ain't happening. I'm telling y'all. But I'm going to get it on tape tomorrow.
All right. Well, maybe Bomb Squad Enterprises don't need Shelly Finkel anymore.
We'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You're probably right. Look, I mean, we know Eddie just talks a shit ton and says things, but some must be true, some must be false, some must be making things a little better than they really are. Some are playing things down. That's why we do multiple shows about the guy, because it gives us so much, whether it's fact or fiction.
Speaking of fact and fiction, Tyson Fury put out some tweet today challenging Big Baby Miller to a $100,000 street bare knuckle fight, and then deleted the tweet.
Deleted it?
Yeah.
Really?
Is it back up?
I don't know. Let me check.
I remember.
I don't think so. I don't know.
The tweet that you put in the chat from Fury, I had text in there, remember? And I was like, it's gone. And it's deleted. So now the one that's in there now is Michael Benson's copy of it. But I think Fury's is legitimately gone at this point.
Yeah, I can't see it, fam. Strange.
No, not strange.
Why?
Dude, you got a pay-per-view on the line. You got to clean up that act. You got 2 networks backing you now. This is the big leagues. No more of that retarded Fury.
Oh,
no more crazy Fury. Get this shit together. Delete that shit.
Take his phone off him then, because I bet there's more to come between now and December 1st.
Hey. He may, but they're trying to tame him, are they not?
It doesn't make you look serious about the fight if you're challenging a guy to a bare knuckle spar, especially a guy that weighs 334 his last fight. I mean, that right there tells me well, I don't know if it tells me, but from the outside looking in, just like a casual fan perspective, one can look at that and be like, that guy's not serious about that. Like, why about waste my pay-per-view and if he's out here challenging a 300-pound plus man to a fucking bare knuckle spar, even though it's tongue in cheek, you know what I'm saying? Could be, but at the end of the day, you got to get serious, Fury. If you're trying to win and you're not just showing up overseas like you told everybody in your last press conference, post-fight press conference, I'm not just going to show up. I'm not just going to be over there for the money. I want to come over there and win. Well, shit, start doing the necessary shit and start taking the necessary steps to fucking make a winning effort. That's
I think you're thinking too deep. I think it's just Fury being Fury. And I'm not surprised he did that. And I don't know if it's deleted for whatever reasons, but I don't think that's his whole selling point. All of a sudden he's gonna no more bare knuckle fighting. I'm going to be very clean and going to be very serious. Like that's his whole demeanor was to embarrass Wilder, try to be goofy, try to like say like, oh, your breath stinks. Oh, fight me outside. Oh, show me your power. Like that was his thing. Now he's all like, you know what? I should clean up my act.
No. That was cool when you're talking about Wilder because you're talking about your opponent. You're talking about somebody else, bro. Come on, fuck out of here.
I can't believe it's been deleted.
Somebody it got deleted for a reason, not just cause motherfuckers.
I don't want to get it. It got deleted for a reason. It did, but it is what it is. I just want to know what did Miller say to him that got him pissed off.
I don't know. What does anyone say to Fury if he wants to go at you? He's going to go at you. I don't know. He's probably said something in an interview.
So I did run across that part. I know I'm skipping here, but I did go across that part in the Dubois fight where the stream stopped. Like, whoa! I'm gonna say this. I watched this entire DAZN with no issues. Like no issues. And I was in my basement. I was in my second floor. I was in the kitchen. No issues. And I would cast it, you know, and disconnect it. Like when I was in my room, I would cast it from my phone to the TV. Had to go to the kitchen. I'll bring it down on the phone, not to miss it. And it never buffered. I did get better internet. Remember, I told you, thanks to HBO going away, I got all that free stuff and better internet was included. So maybe when I was complaining the other day, it could have been my internet because I didn't get any buffering this time. But with ESPN, I did get like 10 minutes of green screen. Did anybody else get that?
Yes, sir. Cut off on the live feed.
That's sad, bro. Like they're too huge to be doing that. Makes me feel good about our Las Vegas stream, right?
Just hit on Tyson Fury's other tweets today with revealing.
What did he say?
Revealing the email that from Eddie.
Oh yes, I seen that. Yeah, but I mean, you know, that really means nothing. I want him to show me the names Eddie was offering him. You know what I mean? Because Eddie makes it sound like he was offering him some sweet names. I want to see the names. But yeah, £3 million, or is that euros?
Pounds.
That sounds like healthy money, man.
Yeah, he said, what was the actual tweet?
It was something like, oh, pretty good money for the worst boxer in the world, according to Eddie, or some shit like that.
Something to shut a little tit of a boxing promoter up. Not a bad offer for the worst boxer out there. And it was the email from Eddie Hearn to Tyson Fury. Hi, Tyson, private and confidential. It was a pleasure to sit down with you in Monaco. I've been thinking a lot about us working together, and I'm very excited. It's a deal that would blow the boxing world right up. Further to our discussions, I outlined below a 3-fight proposal for you to work promotionally with Matchroom and to box on Sky Sports box office. And then it was fight 1, April-May 2018. Opponent to be mutually agreed. Purse £3 million. Pounds.
Mutually agreed too, yo. Like I don't get it, yo. Tyson must have something against Eddie because that's a really sweet deal.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you more. And he said, then he tweeted, and there's many more where that came from. So best off watching your mouth, you tit. And then also he put out, at Frank Warren TV paid me $5 million for each of my last 2 fights. Why do you think I signed with Frank, aka the Magic Man? So he's claiming Frank Warren gave him $5 million for Sefer Seferi and $5 million for Pianetta.
Hey man, when you're worth it, you're worth it, right? Because now look, Frank gave him that, and he ends up in a pay-per-view. He gets his money, his investment back, right?
That BT money behind.
Mm-hmm. Damn. But how do you make that back? 5-10 million, and then plus the 15 guarantee. That's 25 million invested in Tyson Fury in 3 fights. That's not bad. Not bad for a guy not named AJ not selling out 90,000.
It's true.
That is true.
Hey, well, I would definitely want. Hey, before we go, we got to talk about that World Boxing Super Series. We got to talk about that Inuoe performance.
I actually watched it, and I'm actually impressed. You know, because this is finally someone that we can gauge him with. Payano. When Payano fought Warren, was it at this weight or was it at a lower weight? Check the box rec, somebody, because he did fight Rashi Warren twice. Could have been at 115.
It was at this weight.
What weight was this? 118?
118. It was no. You fought Warren at 118. So this was all at 118.
All right. So yeah, that makes it even better, you know. Inoue, I mean, it was really quick. It was just a 1-2, and it was over. But I mean, at least it was versus someone decent that we can rank him.
Well, he actually had a bigger. Well, he had to step up a long time ago. So this is where a lot of his hype came from. When he was 7-0, he fought this guy Nery. He was 43-1. His only loss was to Nonito Donaire, and he had 27 title defenses. So when Inoue dropped him, that's when the hype really started coming at 7-0. So this is just kind of like adding to it. You know, this guy really is kind of showing he is the real deal consistently. And I think a lot of people, I was talking to Rob, I'll let you speak on him, but there was kind of that question of him and Ryan Burnett, seeing how he gauges in this weight. Yo, that dude is translating that power, and he looks very technically solid, accurate, and a 1-2, like that had to been a big ass power punch to just drop someone with a straight, like right away.
Well, his head hit the canvas, bro. His head hit the canvas. So maybe Payano would have got up, but his head hit the canvas. So it's like it fucked him up.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, who knows? We'll never know that one. But
I honestly think it's hard as hell.
Shit, I know what happened. You know what I'm saying? That nigga got hit with a baseball bat.
His eyes were shut. As soon as he got hit with the right hand, he fell asleep. But he also, like, if you watch the replay, his head bounced off that.
Bounced off, and there was some twitching going on, and it was fucking brutal. But
that was some scary power.
Yeah, I mean, I think going into this, Ryan Burnett was on certain bookies was the favorite.
On who bookie?
I don't know. I'm just saying he was second favorite. They said it on the telecast.
Second favorite. I thought it said first favorite.
No, the Inuoe was the second favorite.
Oh, you got the shit. They was
the second seed. They have him as the second seed.
Yo,
they got him as second seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Bayside Boxing said Inoue needs VADA testing ASAP. Yo, I'm gonna say this. When he knocked him out, I loved his demeanor. Man. I mean, he made me a fan. Like, zero celebration. It was more bravado than anything. It was just like real, like, swag dripping on him. I mean, he looked good after the win.
I pray to God that
knockout. Like, it was just like it was dope. Like,
I pray to God that Ryan Burnett is on the same side as Frank Warren's 118 a fighter.
Tete
gonna fuck him up. Watch.
I mean, look, I mean, Inoue's kind of going through it. I mean, he was also on that Superfly card. I know a lot of people probably didn't watch it, but he actually fought at the StubHub Center when he came over here, and he's just demolishing, beating these guys up. You know, at a point, I felt like, oh man, you know, Rungvisai is gonna get fucked up. You know,
that's what I was thinking, bro.
And he moved up, so good thing for Rungvisai, because you know Rungvisai, Jarrell and Akajas, they dodged this guy because this guy definitely would have wiped both of those guys. I mean, this guy, a beast, accurate. I mean, you can see him sizing up, his moving, like it's more than just power. You know, I think this dude really shows that's the true boxing skill. And I know a lot of guys saying like smaller weight classes, but the way this dude's climbing
is, to me, what separates him though. What like starting to like separate, because that power is like legitimately like for real. At 115, like, okay, cool. Now he's going to 118. My whole thing with this fight, will he be able to the power translate? And good God Almighty.
I mean, there's smaller weight. But I'm saying, like, look how he sets his shots. Like, I know this is like a short fight, but if you go back and watch all his other fights, it's not just the power. It's like how he's actually setting up, how he's positioning, how he's moving, his defensive skills. Like, there is a lot of great technique that's involved, and then the power is just like what just kills them. But he's very accurate. He's very
technical. On that. Ryan Burnett has like great technique and like great skills or whatever. He's a good boxer, but what separates him from what separates Inoue from him is the power. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Inoue, I think Brian gets hit more than Inoue. I think I know this flashy move around Josh Kelly thing, but
I never said anything about his defense.
But that all plays in factor of this whole defense. You got to be in position. I think his positioning is better, and I think Burnett puts that little flashy. He was like in a life or death kind of situation in his last fight, and I think he won. But you got to think this dude beat the guy who just beat Rasheen, right? And I know this is all triangle theories, but that was Rasheen was going to win that fight, and then he lost. And then I forgot his name, but then Ryan Burnett beat him. They unified. And allegedly the guy who gave Rasheem Warren problems twice, Inoue was like, bye, out of here. Nope, get out.
Yeah, Payano never been stopped, Payano, in his career. So, Inoue. But, I mean, we just wonder what weight class he's going to stop at the moment. Me and Ron were talking about it. It's you can give him your theory, Ron, or are you holding that?
I mean, if he cleans this division out, wins the World Boxing Super Series, and Isaac Dogboe does what many people think he's going to do in the division, that's the big low super fight that everyone's already talking about, Inoue and Dogboe, or whoever wins that, if it's Ray Vargas or Daniel Roman. But I'm picking Dogboe to clean that out. And Inoue, if he cleans this out and moves up again, and he beats Dogboe, you're looking at the next like Asian phenomenon. And I'm not going to say Pacquiao, because Pacquiao is like a one-of-a-kind piece, but he's going in a high stage top 10 Asian list, and you can comfortably feel that's coming if he beats a Dogboe and wins this World Boxing Super Series.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And Relikh got his win.
That was boring as fuck.
Yeah, I stopped watching that one.
Good Lord.
And it was crazy because I stopped watching that one because that was boring, and I went to the ESPN card, which was extra boring.
Yeah. You had to random up your boringness.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely say. Oh,
I was going to move on to Sor Rungvisai.
Oh, I was going to say on that same World Boxing Super Series card, there was a WBC champion on there, Kenshiro. Look, that was a good Japanese guy too. He trains in the same kind of crew of Inoue. So they always been fighting underneath the same card. I think it's Japan's Fuji TV. So I've been watching him for a while too. He looks solid as hell for the last couple fights. And if you've ever watched Inoue, I think they're always going to put Kenshiro on the card. They've done it for like the last 3-4 times. And he's solid, man. He got a really good game. Former champion there. Tons of fights. I know he looks old, but he's actually 30. I had to talk to Mike about that. But Kenshiro, Inoue, those are the big Japanese dudes that are killing in the lower divisions. But like Mike was saying, we were about to say Rungvisai.
Yeah, Rungvisai was fighting on YouTube on Saturday, and he got, to me, he got dropped, but they didn't call it a drop. They called it a slip, but I don't see how the fuck called it a slip. But he was fighting a guy that moved around a lot, but Sor Rungvisai did what he's supposed to do. I mean, he went out there, went 12 rounds, but it was an impressive 12 rounds in my personal opinion. But he did get stumbled and did get dropped, but they did not call it a drop when he got hit.
My question is, how do you feel about Jarrell Miller performance on ESPN Plus the other week versus Rungvisai, how he fought this Friday on One Championship on the YouTube? Do you think Rungvisai is going to beat Jarrell? Because Jarrell Miller was at the fight, and they're trying to build that.
Bro, the way Kit Kat throws his fucking left hand like a fucking shotgun, that motherfucker throws that bitch with a lot of bad intentions on it. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think as far as Akanhas, or however you say it, Akanhas.
Akanhas.
Yeah, there you go. The new fucking Pacquiao, whatever. I think Rungvisai has got his number. I think, however you say that guy's name again, he'll stand there a little more than I don't think he's going to run away like the other guy. We've seen better fighters struggle with people running away a little bit and moving out the way. It's not easy for some catch up with them, but I think Rungvisai would come out on top in that one myself. But
let's real quick chat. Eric Cruz in Texas, #SOG, says, do you guys think Canelo's numbers will affect the Wilder fight, or are they two different kinds of fans? I'm gonna say I'm actually happy he's fighting Rockin' Fielding. I think that's gonna make it so much easier for people to make their mind up on what pay-per-view they're gonna buy, and it won't be Canelo's.
True.
Not to say he's not going to do big numbers anyway. I'm just saying his numbers, in my opinion, his fight won't affect Wilder's fight.
Unless Canelo fights on DAZN, and it won't be a pay-per-view.
Yeah, see what you did there.
So Dubois
Lewis
went 10 rounds with Kevin Johnson. See, 19-year-old kid, bro. That's why you can't rush nobody. You got to just like let them develop. Let them develop. See, he's totally different from AJ, who beat Johnson at like 15 or 13, 12-0, something like that.
And apparently everything is cool between Louis Nery and the WBC. He fought yesterday and won in 3 rounds. I know like a couple months ago, WBC told him if he fights, then something like happened to him or they block him or something like that. But he fought yesterday and he won in 3 rounds.
Well, let's time to get out to these callers, man. It's about that time. We're going to head out to our sponsors. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to the UK, Michael, talk to me.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All good, brother.
Yeah, good. Hey, I did a marathon last night. I watched the UK card. I watched the American Dazn card. I even watched the UFC. I never watched that. But anyways, yeah, it's BT Sport and Dazn. Yeah, the Dazn card was much better than the BT Sport card. The BT Sport card was disappointing. It put me to sleep. I was struggling. The Hara Davis Catterall fight was struggling. Hara Davis is very disappointing. He talks a lot, but doesn't back it up with his performances, and he moans about it afterwards on his own YouTube, just talking nonsense about how he's all referees and making excuses. So I'm disappointed with that dude. He's British level. He ain't even European level. And that's the last time I'm going to talk about that guy. In regards to the Dazn card, for their first card, I was impressed. It looked nice. It looked professional. It looked like it was quite packed as well. Nick Kelsey-Solomon, look, he lost his first fight, but to be honest with you, I won't take him much into that because at the end of the day, that's a wake-up call for him. So I just think, look, it's a wake-up call. You're in the professionals now. Act up, go to the gym, sort yourself out, and come back stronger in the next fight. Do you know what I mean? So, it's not the end for him yet. What's it call it? Nikita Babi, whatever his name is, that dude. I was very impressed with that guy. I think that guy might be the real deal. His first fight, but he was very impressed. He looked like he was hungry. He looked like he was after. He wanted to make an impression. So I was happy with that guy. And Rashid. I'm butchering these names, but
No. You did good with all of them. This one is Rashad Mati. Rashad Mati.
Yeah. Rashad Mati, I'm very, so he was very impressive as well. He looked hungry, he looked like he wanted it, and I was very pleased with him as well. I'm looking forward to seeing them again. And also, the Roman Gavin, I'm not going to talk about that one because, I'm not impressed. I don't like that dude. Big Baby Miller, I'm not happy with that guy because Big Baby Miller, he was very slow, ponderous, 317 pounds. You can see it the way he performs. I just don't know. I don't think he's going to stay away from Dillian Whyte and all those guys. Going up to Callum Johnson and Beterbiev, that was a very good fight. When Callum took him down, I thought, oh shit, he could actually win this, but it didn't happen. So I thought that was very entertaining. Jesse Vargas and Delorme, that was a better fight than what I expected. Because Delorme came into fight, he knew he had to win. So he came ready. Jesse Vargas, I'm disappointed in that dude. That dude had the platform. He's the A side. The show was about him. He headlined. He needed to do a lot better. If I'm Eddie Hearn and you're coming to me afterwards to say, "Oh, I underestimated," nah, mate. I'm paying you good money to go out there and do a show and perform. And right now you're not performing.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. Great call. They're always great when they agree with you, right?
Yeah.
I do agree, man. It's like, fuck Jesse. And I hope he made it this far in the show because it's not like I'm just disappointed. Like you had that opportunity. Like, you know how many of us want our shot? Dominic, Seattle, talk to me.
Yo, Dominic in Seattle, talk to us.
he dropped off. We're gonna get through this one quick. Troy in Baltimore, talk to me.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Big up yourself. I am so sick of hearing about Luis Ortiz. I really hope that fight comes to pass with him and White, because I don't view the man as a world beater. He is a good fighter, but he's not this boogeyman or world beater that people are building him up to be. And I believe White doesn't just beat him, but knocks him out. And then after he does that, there won't be any excuses after that. There's a reason why Deontay does not want to fight White, and that's
what's the reason? Tell us, man. Let us in on the secret.
I'm getting to that point.
Okay.
No secret. It's the body snatcher. I don't recall any of Wilder's opponents going after his body.
Guys, they get hit in the fucking face and they fall out.
Oh, here we go with that one right hand. I get that. He has a big right hand. Hallelujah. Does he have anything else? No, he does not.
You got a nice jab, too.
Move on from there.
Jab the shit out Dillian Whyte ass. Bobblehead.
He does. He has a jab. He has a jab. If you're a stationary fighter, is going to stand there and allow him to jab.
Dillian Whyte be on his toes, though. He a motherfucking Ali in that bitch or something.
I get all that, but the thing is, back to Luis Ortiz, I'm sick of him being built up as his world beater. What has he done? He beat Jennings, I get that. He fought White and lost, I get that. But what else has the brother done that people think certain people think that he's a world beater, because he's not a world beater.
He did have a fight with Dave. Hold on. He did have a fight with Dave Allen in which he stopped, but Dave Allen went 10 rounds with Dillian Whyte. Just saying for motherfucking a reference point.
What does that have to do with anything, bro?
I'm just giving you I'm giving you a coming opponent. I'm giving you a coming opponent.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
Hell no, that raises some fucking eyebrows, Troy. Don't you give me that shit. That domestic level, that domestic level 11 fight retired fighter. Ain't he retired or wanted to retire his last fight?
Careers now. Where's Dillian Whyte at now? What's his name? The White Rhino now. Different levels now, right?
Okay. Right. And also Nesta, I actually agree with you that they should put that fight on the Fury Wilder card. I think that's something they should do.
Let's go! I'm ready!
Well, I agree with you, Troy. Let's go out to our Boomeranga in Nueva Jersey.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody that's agreeing.
What's going on,
Ortiz, this Ortiz Dillian Whyte fight.
Yes, sir.
If Ortiz Dillian Whyte go down, that's me. I need points on that. I should show up with the banger and reach in somebody's pockets, because I remember being one of the first motherfuckers calling for that fight when I was talking about how diverse and how deep the heavyweight division is becoming. So somebody better reach in their pockets and break me off something. That's my fight.
Drop one of Clue's bombs for him.
Good, man. Troy's buck. What up, Mike?
I was telling Ness to drop a bomb for you.
That's sleeping, man. When that's at?
He's being stingy with the bombs.
Looking for bombs, man. But you know what it is? The thing is that Mike should have been dropping that bomb with his soundboard. He keep dropping the ball. Mike got a board, y'all. He just ain't get it working yet, but he got it.
Can we get back to the caller, please? Thank you.
No, look. On that Wilder card, if that shit is on the undercard, woo! Who the fuck would buy that Canelo fight if you had to budget it out? if you had to budget it out and make your choice, like who the fuck will buy the Canelo fight when you got Ortiz, White on the undercard of Fury and fucking Wilder? That shit would be fucking crazy. But yo, so I got a question, and somebody got to answer this. So if the Mando is Triple G and Charlo, where are these fights going if it's not HBO? DAZN gonna have enough money? I don't think ESPN pockets that deep in PBC. Not that I doubt, but there's always been questions like they're over there printing their own money with Prince Hakeem on it. So you don't even know what kind of, you know what I mean, situations they can work. But where are these fights gonna go? Was it October 27th is the last fight allegedly on HBO, and then they might have the option to throw in a little bullshit on pay-per-view. They can't just come out the blue, dust off Jim Lampley, go dust off Roy from Chasing Chickens, and go get Max Kellerman from ESPN and say, yo, we're going to do an HBO pay-per-view out of nowhere in fucking December with no promotion. Like, so where are these fights going? Somebody school me on that. I might jump back in. I might not. Shout out to the show. As always, I'm out.
I mean, thanks for calling in. Man, we don't know where they going, bro. We don't know where they're going. Yeah, I mean, anybody want to give them more details? But I think right now we're just waiting to see where Canelo goes altogether.
I mean, it's pretty much a waiting game because, you know, everyone's kind of bidding in to try to get these fighters. Like Eddie Hearn has already reached out. Showtime, they've all pretty much thrown their offers, so it's pretty much just a waiting game now.
And I read somewhere that networks that are necessarily doing boxing maybe will make offers for like certain fights if they make sense for their network. But also we have a super chat from Christopher Smith. The Gypsy King back to belt collecting. Hashtag and the new.
This is wake up and smell the competition, because Tyson Fury's back and all you motherfuckers are under attack. Ain't no stopping me now.
Okay, let's go out to 909-503. First time caller?
No.
No, who's this?
Hello?
Hello.
What the hell? I thought I wrote this down already. In LA?
Yeah. No, I got a new number, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My bad. I just got a new phone. That's why.
All right, talk to us.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with the same guy. I don't know, like, where Canelo goes from here. Like, I want to see. I don't know. I'm dumbfounded. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, start with how you feel that he's moving up. Do you at least like that he's, being mas chingón? Am I using that term right?
Chingón.
Machismo?
Yeah, you're using it right.
Oh, my bad.
Machismo, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, are you happy he's moving up? Like, does it show that he's got heart?
I mean, I want to see what happens. I truly do. Like, I want to see. I don't know. I just want to see what happens. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like when.
Man, get off the fence, brother. Canelo's fighting Rocky Fielding at 168. Are you happy? Do you think Canelo's daring to be great by moving up and fighting a WBA regular champion? Will it be something that you would buy no matter what network it's on?
Pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view.
What if it comes to DAZN? Does it get you to DAZN?
I mean, I would do it. That's cheaper.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I would do that. But as pay-per-view alone, I don't know if I would do that. It depends on the undercard for me. I just don't want to get that. I want to get maybe another decent fight. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you're right. If it's in the zone, that would be a different story. You know what I mean? But of course, you want at least a decent undercard, I guess. Like, if that's possible, But I mean, yeah, like, it's nice to see what he's capable of. But as pay-per-view, it depends how much it costs. Do you guys know how much it costs?
Nah, we won't know just yet, man. But remember, that last one was $85.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do another $85.
Remember, he is fighting Rocky.
Good one, Rob. Good one.
So serious.
Yo, the one line king. I'm telling you, you got to get it for the one liners.
Yeah, we gotta get a Robert fucking shirt made.
I mean, I'm excited because we got some fights in December. Like,
We sure
know what
do.
I mean?
We sure do.
Yeah.
Loma's
I'm
back
excited.
in
We're
December.
finishing off the year strong. Yeah. We're finishing
Dark
off the year
Pebbles.
strong, like we're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Crawford's
I
getting
wish
another
he could've
cherry
fought
at the end of the year, right for the winter time.
Yeah, yes.
Come on, bro. You think I'm gonna let you slide that shit in without me saying something, nigga?
Cherry
Your
pie.
boy, your boy Earl looking for a fight. We already got one, homie.
Yeah, he looking.
I need a fight. Al, can I get a fight? Al.
Jesus,
Fuck out of here.
calling it. Yeah, he won a real fight, dog.
Fuck out of here. Oh, Mikey Garcia. He want Mikey. Okay, you right. You right.
Brandon in Cincinnati.
Now he quiet.
Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? Yeah, I watched the Dazn card. It was a pretty decent card. I came in it with low expectations. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be that great. It was a card full of, B-side fighters, C-class fighters, and B-class fighters. So I didn't expect for it to be all that great. I expect the card at the end of the month with Billy Joe and Andre to have a former to, be better than this one. I got better expectations for that one. Better be able to look good. Defense kind of shaky, but he does let his hands go, so he makes one exciting fight. I mean, Big Baby did what he was supposed to do against that level of fighter at this age. So until he steps it up, fight somebody in top 10, he's just Big Baby in my opinion. And as far as the main event, it was a pretty good fight. But like you guys said, Vargas dropped the ball. He was supposed to go in to fight Ugas for the mandatory spot if he won, but it don't look like that's gonna happen. Canelo versus Fielding, it's gonna be a pretty good fight. Canelo gonna whoop him. Pretty good, stay busy fight. Only thing I'm worried about with Canelo is I don't want him to go up to 168, put on a bunch of muscle. Then when it's time to move back down to 160, they start saying, well, he's gonna drain himself. He ain't able to make 160 no more, and then he loses out on those fights with like Charlo and Jacobs and stuff. So hopefully he doesn't put on too much weight to move up to 168. He just moves up to 168 and stays about the same size. As far as Ortiz and Whyte, I like that fight. I think Ortiz whoops his ass, but Ortiz has to realize, man, he's the B-side. So if you got to go over there to the UK and fight, go over there to the UK and fight. You don't have any, control over that when you're the B-side. If you really want that fight, you're going to take your ass over there to the UK, get paid to make that fight over there in the UK. But that's my call, man. I have a good one.
Great call.
Brandon, thanks for calling in. We're going out to William in Seattle. William?
Bill.
No? 253-227, 253-227. Do we got the name wrong? 253-227. Going once. Twice. Just listening.
I used to watch a damn show called 227.
Dominic, Seattle, talk to me. Did we just go to Dominic?
Yo, man, my bad about last time. I was in line purchasing some stuff. But with this
You in
Canelo,
Seattle, bro. What you purchasing? I know it's legal out there.
nah, man, come on now.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's Sunday. I can't be doing that. With Cinnamon and Rocky, I don't really feel it, but I respect it as a business position. I respect it as, what he's trying to do. He's like, fuck all these rest of these guys in this weight division that Triple G's in. I'm going to move up and step up even higher. I give him that respect, but we all know he really would want to get that Floyd Mayweather. And he only lost to one person. So
that's a good point.
Respect to Khabib for keeping a gangster, keeping a real gangster, and letting them know that he ain't no terrorist. and beating up on that boy so bad I thought his hand was gonna come off.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yo,
whoa.
your phone has seemed to died out.
Yeah, it just dropped.
Yeah, what happened? You got a book
know.
in the apple.
He's probably looking for the UFC voice right now. Early night. Time to put Rob to bed. He's tired. It's late in the UK. He's got to wake up, hopefully, to some good Dillian Whyte announcement. Yo, I actually want that fight, man. I hope Dillian gets that done, man. Him and Eddie. I mean, I watch it on DAZN. I don't mind DAZN. Don't mind DAZN. Shout out to my boy Rick. Keeping shit legit. Final thoughts. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm a boxing fan, man. Even though my whole panel complained about the ESPN card, I pretty much watched all that. Watched the whole DAZN card, top to bottom, including Jessica McCaskill. Naja, we would have gave you such a way better review, but these guys act like they didn't really watch it, so I didn't want to push it.
Nah, bro, no, don't do that.
Whoa, bro, you get your own chance. Ain't that what you tell me? Damn. Sheesh. Look, lost my train of thought. Anyway, that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Mike cut me off real good. Peace.
Yo, I guess I go next. You can follow me on IG at Grouse1911 or on Twitter at Grouse2312. Excited about the Dillian Whyte and possible Luis Ortiz news. Let's see what this Wilder and Fury undercard is gonna shape out to be. And great boxing from this weekend. I mean, you had a good fight with Vargas and Delorme, even though Vargas was supposed to be a considerable A side, but he dropped the ball. Big baby didn't drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? So everything else, and big shout out to Inuoe, man. I think he probably the guy that impressed me the most over the weekend. In 90 seconds, if that's even possible. But pass it to somebody else. Go ahead. Don't all jump in at once.
All right. My name's Ron G, Fighter IQ. You can find me at Fighter IQ Media on Twitter and Instagram. And pretty much Rocky Fielding himself, in December, he would have his own pretty much Rocky Balboa story, seeing the fact he's going to go from a domestic known fighter to being in Madison Square Garden to fight the U.S. pay-per-view king. So that's a big opportunity right there, and it's very curious to see how he goes from there. Also, the other cards and other fights, adversity comes in all different type of shapes. O'Hara, Jesse Vargas, Solomon. So hopefully these guys can take these type of adversities and get better. But for the winners, they also come in different type of shapes and sizes, some a little bit smaller. And Inoue had a great performance in the World Boxing Super Series. I think that like I said, that hype train has now started to become a big, fucking transit, because everyone's now jumping on seeing this monstrous guy. And I think that this guy has the potential to be a big star. And for King Kong Ortiz, or Luis Ortiz and Dillian Whyte, it's a funny situation because you got these two guys now where no one allegedly wants to fight either one for either business purposes or if they're scared. But this fight needs to happen because I think this is probably one of the most important fights to get the division moving on the next fights of next year. But that's it.
Well, all right. Peace out.
Rob.
Rob, are you going to talk? Rob?
Yeah, I was, but he wanted to go. You want an early night? There's a lot of boxing last night, Nez. You need to get your old head down. What time is it over there? Like 9, half 9.
It is 9:24 over here.
Cup of cocoa, put your slippers on.
Nah, man. I mean, look, we need callers, bro.
But yeah, I enjoyed the DAZN card. I know there was some UK guys on there, but I thought it looked pretty cool. Yeah, obviously we would like to see some, big fights, some bigger names, but I'm sure they're going to come at some point. We'll wait in here for some announcements, and you know what Eddie's like. He's usually got something up his sleeve, so stay tuned. But yeah, I think these last few months going into the new year, I think we're in for some good stuff coming from boxing, and I can't wait to hear all the news and bring you all the shows. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty lit coming up to the end of the year. So just stay tuned to your favorite boxing podcast. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. I think we're getting close to 87,000 subscribers now. So hit that thumbs up on all the content, and fingers crossed for lots of news for you guys. So later.
So we got 2 late callers. We'll give them a minute each and let them go because I'm getting numerous messages in the chat about callers. So 901 King, Mississippi, you need to press 1. That would have notified me that that you wanted to talk.
That sounds like a Memphis number.
It is Mississippi.
Not Memphis.
Mississippi.
901 Memphis. Well, it could be South Haven, so probably right there on the line.
He still ain't pressed 1, but he in the chat.
Press
So,
one.
Ness, go to
Press
901.
1, just like the lady said.
901, Ness, go to 901. Yet he ain't pressed 1.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
He is, and he still ain't pressed 1. But I'm gonna go to 347-584. What up? Who's this?
What is that?
Yeah, Ness, what's up? What you doing?
347.
This is Mike from New York.
Mike from Yonkers?
New York.
New York. What's going on, Mike?
BX. Yeah, I just wanted to know, how you want to work now since it was a draw from the Vargas fight. So about the WBC, the mandatory for Campora, how they gonna do it now?
Yeah, man, that shit is vacant, right? So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe Eddie get the next fight mandated for that shit. It's all about money.
Well, the WBC rankings have got Danny Garcia #1 and Jesse Vargas #2 right now.
Ouch.
Oh, okay. That was my call. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Memphis 901 King, you still ain't pressed 1, so I'm gonna still go to you, show you love. What up? What up? What up? All right, we going out to our favorite caller, Rafi. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Yes, Ness, and everybody on the panel. Just a quick one. Hello? What are you saying, Rob?
I said, how you doing, Rafi?
I'm good, Rob. I'm good. I'm good, Rob. I'm good. Yo, it's just a quick.
That nigga Ness over there finna kill himself. What in the fuck is going on, bro?
Let's get him Let him get his call.
Rob's doing his Rastafarian impression. It's good. It's a good one.
Good one.
This is to Ness. Why would Ortiz take an undercard slot when he could headline and probably most likely get more money?
I don't know. Ask Ortiz. He's the one that offered Dillian Whyte the fight on the undercard. So come on, Rafi, get your shit together.
Well, he's offering a headliner to fight on the undercard. Makes no sense, does it?
Yeah, he's had a counter offer now, so let's see what Ortiz wants to do. Now he's got hang on, I could be the main card of a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see the logic in taking an undercard.
Quack!
What?
Quack!
Quack. I don't see the logic. How is it a quack taking an undercard position when you can get more money taking a headlining position? Don't make no sense.
Because listen, right?
Yeah.
The argument, he's not saying, oh, yeah, I'll fight you, but let's do our own card. No, he's saying, I'll fight you. You come on my card, which we know now, it's going to cause issues. And like I already told Rob, it's not to say that it won't cause issues both ways. It's not like Eddie doesn't need Dillian to, perform on his networks because he needs views. But it's the same argument for Heyman with Ortiz, right? So it's like that's why Ortiz is putting out the offer on the Wilder card, right? And Chizora's, Dillian Whyte's offer is going to be on a DAZN card because both entities need those fights. Like if Dillian Whyte fights Ortiz on DAZN, they already have me as a subscriber, but I'm pretty sure other Americans will subscribe. Same thing if Dillian Whyte fights Luis Ortiz on the undercard of Wilder Fury, more Americans are going to buy it because we're going to be more excited. It's a good fight. So both entities are going to want that fight on their network. So that's why I'm calling it a duck, because if he offered it to you first. Dillian Whyte he's not out there saying, I want to fight Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is saying, I want to fight Dillian Whyte. He's talking shit about me. He's got a big mouth. Hey, you want to fight? Instead of talking, let's get on the Wilder undercard. So now Dillian is changing the goalpost by saying, sure, we can fight. Now it just got to be on my network, on my date, on my terms. That sounds like a whole different contract.
So logically, let's just try and interject some fucking logic in this, if I may. You're a boxer. You're getting offered half a mil. Will you get the same as you got? Let's say $500,000. You're getting offered $500,000 to fight in an undercard, or you're getting, let's say, at least $1 million, double, to fight on a headline. Which one would you be more inclined to take?
Yeah, but a headline on Sky, then watched on US pay-per-view. I mean, US DAZN. Like, come on, be real. Let's just be real. Like, at the end of the day, fighters are trying to be famous. At the end of the day, UK fighters want to fight in America. And at the end of the day, don't matter what country you're from, you ain't made it if you ain't make it in America.
At the end of the day, Ness, come on. At the end of the day, fucking Ortiz is 49 years old, bro.
So take him out, baby. Take him out. Take him out.
My friend. Listen, my friend. Just listen for a second. Ortiz is 49 fucking years old, Ness. He's been fighting in America for how many years, Ness? He still is not a fucking headliner in his own adopted land. Take the headline fight. It's fucking logical, my friend. Surely.
It is not
Rafi,
logical.
I've been trying to tell him all night, bro, but he just don't want to listen.
It is not logical. It is not logical because every little UK boy and girl goes to sleep at night wishing that they'll be like Prince Nassim Hamed and come to America and make it big under the big lights of America.
Man, you're living what age, my good friend Ness? What age are you living in?
I'm living in the age.
What age are you living in the heavyweight division, the Mecca?
Yeah,
the Mecca of the heavyweight division ain't in America
What's
no
his name
more, my
again?
friend.
What's his name again?
Anthony Johnson.
What's his name again? The Mecca, the heavyweight. Oh, we sell all these tickets. We sold 300,000 tickets in 2 fights. Yet they don't even fucking know his name.
Whose name?
You tell me. Is it Johnson or Joshua?
Tell him, we've got big life.
Because I know Deontay Wilder doesn't go to the UK and they don't fucking know his name. They're not calling him anything other than Wilder.
Better fans. That's all it is.
Yeah, they're fans. Yeah, sure.
What? Listen, Wilder. How? I heard on your thing the other day that the tickets were selling out. My friend, I go on the internet and there's still plenty of tickets available.
Well, shit, plenty of tickets maybe for your tax bracket, buddy. But me and my friends can't afford no $1,000 and $1,500 seats. What the fuck you talking about?
Yo, bro, you got a guy called Fat Oranges in the chat saying he got some tickets the other day for like 2 tickets for $500.
Doggy.
In America?
Doggy. I don't even know Fat Oranges, but I know he's a troll.
Fat oranges, apples.
Fat apples and fat oranges.
Oranges now. He said he lives in America and he got 2 tickets for $500.
He's not credible. He's not. Listen, Fat Apples is more credible than Fat Oranges. At least we know Fat Apples. He's been there for.
Never heard of Fat Oranges.
Never heard of Fat Oranges.
That's new one to me. Fat Oranges, boy.
He's new to the chat. That
nigga gotta be from Florida.
No, I seen him today though. I seen him, but I think that's someone trolling Fat Oranges. I mean, Fat Apples.
Okay.
But listen, Rafi, you know I've given you plenty of time. I think it's more because your initials are RD and it's like.
Hey, hold on, bro. Real quick, let me talk to Rafi real quick. Hey, bro, I don't know what you do, but look here. As soon as motherfucking Morgan Freeman die,
Oh,
you take all his motherfucking commercials.
All his voiceovers.
Yeah, voiceovers, man. Just
yeah,
do it,
yeah,
bro, and run with it, homie.
Yo,
Bro, you got it, bro. You got it.
Send us a recorded audio of saying like, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah. You need to do something. You know what I'm saying? Hook us
He
up,
do
bro.
all the border war. No, he needs to do all the border war build up, the storyline.
He's our Reisberg for Border Wars. That would be dope. Oh, he's taking food out of Rob's mouth. Rob used to do that.
Cruz versus Jose, man.
Yo, no, that would be good though. Building up the narratives where they came from and everything, the adversities.
All right. This is absolutely the positively last caller. And we're really gonna do that 1 minute. We didn't give any of those last callers a minute. We're so like, it's really me. I'm saying we, but it's all me.
Oh, real quick, man. We got a super chat from Christopher Smith. Frotch KO Grove at Wembley in front of 80,000 fans.
Okay, what's that mean?
I have no idea.
Tell him that was a long time ago.
They did terrible pay-per-views.
Oh, we're back. It's Mississippi. Let's see if he's gonna be ready. Mississippi, you going this time or what?
Nigga, that's Memphis, man. Let him know.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, what's going on, my brother?
King.
What's up?
King, is it King Mississippi or King Memphis?
It's Mississippi, man.
All right. Tell Mike get off your phone number like that. He jocking your phone number.
What's that 901 number though?
Damn, why you
I don't know what was going on.
Why you all on his phone number, Mike?
What was going on, man? I was trying to hit that one, man. I guess because I had the YouTube going on the phone and I'm trying to listen at the same time, man. What about my guy called in about Lewis Ortiz, man, talking about how he's sick of hearing him, man. How can he be sick of hearing him, man? And like, don't nobody want to fight him. You know what I mean? We got to look at that. These people do not want to fight Ortiz, man, for his heavyweight. And I'm about to say Canelo a good fighter, but I think he running, man. He don't want none of Charlo, man. He don't want none of that smoke. I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't either. He's trying to keep his money going, man. That's most all these boxing with this stuff going. This is all about money, man. They ain't fighting no more, man. It ain't no real fighter. The real fighters out there, them the ones they want to call. Oh, he's a bum, like Wilder, Ortiz. They don't want to get none of these guys they prop, man. But they the fighter. But if Canelo, he want to go to 168. Once he go to 168, who we got at 168 that's really a killer? Can any of y'all tell me that?
Nobody.
168.
Cherry Pickens.
Nobody. I mean, he want to get this super, what they call the super WBA title.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they making up titles, man. It's not making no sense no more, man. I mean, they like they taking the fun out of it, man.
Well, not. I mean, Rocky had that belt.
Time.
Rocky had that belt already.
Where he from?
He from the
Where
UK.
is he from, this?
The UK.
Man, God.
You know who taking over boxing? They've been running boxing for the last 2 years. The UK. You know I'm lying.
Man, Eddie Hearn a joke, man. Eddie Hearn's a joke.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
Man, this a shame the way he doing boxing, man. And Wilder, once he get his hand on Joshua, man, I'm gonna feel sorry for that brother. That's gonna be his head. I'm serious.
Hey, Mississippi.
It's gonna be his head, man.
King, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. We definitely gave you more than the last couple of minutes we was giving, because you know we was wrapping up.
Man, big shout out to the SIP.
We let you get in on it late. It was everybody already gave their social media, but we wanted to be nice and get all these last minute callers. That being said, do say. Right?
Peace.
I know Rob got to sleep, and it's like, do say, look, even the clock is like clapping.
There you go.
Suck my balls, you pair of bums.
Get them wild or not.
That nigga said get them wild or